Work. Hello.
Howdy.
Hello. I can hear myself. That's not good.
I don't hear any echo.
I don't hear any echo either.
All right, you guys are all echoing like super bad, like mega.
Well, thing's frozen.
Oh, that's what it is. You started streaming? I mean,
That's hilarious. You guys are echoing really bad.
And we're live! And we're live!
How
is everybody doing we're today? Live!
I'm alright, thanks for asking.
I had the volume on the stream going, so I got the echo again. It was really awful, so I didn't really know what to do for a second. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's how you know which of us do and do not watch the stream, because I don't have any echo.
Anyway, exciting. It's Tuesday, best day of the week. Starting something new. This is terrifying, but it's going to be great. For any of you who are listening and have no idea what's going on, we're starting a new module today. We're taking a short little break from Iron Fang Invasion. Jason gets to take the player's chair, and I'm on the throne of GM for the next few weeks or however long it takes us to get through this module. And we're welcoming our new member, Brandon, aka Xanros, aka, well, we'll get to that.
Just don't look at the screen yet.
Yeah. Anyway, so how are you guys? How's your week been?
I am doing really good, but I think that before we get any other introductions out of the way, Brandon, why don't you go ahead and say a little bit about yourself?
I so just want to do that. I like turtles, but that's overrated.
Which is funny because my Iron Fang Invasion character specifically hated turtles. So
yeah, turtles are overrated. Frogs are pretty cool. We'll get to that part too. Hi, my name is Brandon. I have been gaming with these people for a while, except for Justin. This will be our first mesh together. So just excited to play a new campaign and with you, with all the viewers.
You will be disappointed in your first campaign with me. I can promise you that.
Well, I'm still alive right now. I mean, we haven't started yet, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I do have to say that my brother-in-law sent me a text right before we started and said, I'm tempted to give you some sort of gift if you kill someone in the first session. He's like, maybe that's not a great way to start, though.
Oh, and I will preface, I don't know if I've said this much, but I do have an 8-year-old child that is supposed to try to behave, but if you hear screeching in the background, that's nobody dying. It's just him playing Fortnite or something else on his Xbox. So, just
nice.
throwing it out there.
Nice. Well, without any further ado, if none of you guys have anything else... Oh, I should mention the lovely ambient sounds that you're hearing in the background. Something new that we're starting with for this module, and then we'll go into Iron Fang Invasion. Syrinscape. We are using Syrinscape, which has been so much fun to go through. There are so many awesome sounds, and we started using it on Friday for my Rune Lords game, and it's just more immersive. It's really cool. You can add, like, we were in, funnily enough, a bad storm that was happening, so you could get some heavy rain and water sounds, and right now you got the gentle waves lapping at the shore. So I love it. It's great. Check it out. It's got a ton of audio files and music and stuff in there. It's really cool. So bear with me though, because I will be trying to control that while I'm GMing, so that's going to be a fun little challenge. We'll do our best though, so should be a good time.
It feels a little weird coming in on a brand new first episode, because normally we'd have opened with a recap or something to cover it. I think
I know!
That's what I think I was mentally waiting for, like, somebody to go to the recap, but there's nothing to remind us of. It's brand new.
No,
Recap.
brand new,
We made
level
characters.
1.
We made characters.
We made characters, that's the recap.
I'm very excited because in Rune Lords, my players just leveled up to level 9, and I already hate it. I already hate high-level play. It's awful. Yeah, it's really bad. So level 1 is kind of refreshing, and hopefully it will go well, but we'll see.
So without further ado then, Sarah, do you have a cool intro to set the scene?
More or less. I don't know if it's cool, but it's something that I'll go through just to kind of set the stage, give you some background, and then we'll jump right into it. So, in the year 4622, Absalom Reckoning, a Sargavan entrepreneur named Rima Pridon made what she thought would be a historic journey. She, along with almost 4 dozen followers, chartered a ship in Eladir, the capital of Sargava, and headed south to untamed lands where they hoped to explore the jungle of hungry trees and exploit the gold mines that lay within. Or so they thought. A heavy storm swept through the waters south of Desperation Bay, washing their ship ashore and stranding them on the coast of the lower Courier River Delta. Upon assessing the land, though it was marshy, they discovered that the land was quite fertile. Pridon and her followers survived for 5 years, fending off the jungle's dinosaurs and other predators, only to fall, one by one, to malaria. Not long after the camp was wiped out, a local tribe of Songo halflings discovered the camp and eventually passed the information on to Sargavan officials during a moment of brief contact decades later. An ambitious merchant named Servius Narcissus caught wind of the fertile territory around this lost camp and immediately bartered for a stake in the land, which was granted to him by General Septimia Erodatus, who was famous for handing out territorial claims that she really had no right to grant. There was one condition to this appointment, however. Narcissus' title and claims would only be recognized in Sargava if he was able to tame and subsequently annex the wilderness territory into a larger colony. The first ships set sail 4 years ago. Narcissus, now Count Narcissus, named the settlement Pridon's Hearth, after a mistranslation of the local name for the collection of islands at the river's mouth. He had recently lost his wife and brought with him his only heir, his son Lethar, as well as their entire contingent of slaves. Upon reaching this new land, he granted each slave their freedom and declared that Pridon's Hearth would be a new start for any who wished it. His generosity won over the slaves, and they each stayed behind to help him establish the settlement. Tragedy struck Pridon's Hearth again when, only a year after landing, Count Narcissus fell victim to malaria, the same disease that had taken the lives of Rima Pridon and her contingent decades prior. Not willing to back down, Lethar Narcissus took up his father's mantle, devoting himself to his father's principles. It was provident that only months after his father's death, the people of Pridon's Hearth discovered the native fever tree, whose bark could be prepared into a tonic to ward off tropical diseases. Refreshed and invigorated by this discovery, Lethar Narcissus swept forth waves of messengers to all over Garund, and even into the inner sea region further north. This message promised land and legacies to those willing to work for Sargava's interests. Life in Pridon's Hearth isn't easy. Many cannot handle the harshness of everyday life away from civilization, but the small settlement promises a new start to all who arrive at her shores. For now, all is well in Pridon's Hearth, but somewhere, not too far away, a storm is coming. And this is where you would see flash across the screen. Ire of the storm.
Have we seen Pridon's Hearth at this point? Can we look
No,
at the handouts?
not at this point.
Okay, I won't look at the handouts.
I don't know if I made that visible. Maybe I did.
You did.
No,
but
We'll
it-
get there.
There's a Pride
We'll wait.
Hearth
We'll
handout.
wait. We'll wait for the right moment.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm looking at it. I'm not waiting.
So land, legacies, riches, and glory, along with new beginnings, are what bring us to the ship now bouncing along the waves heading to Pridon's Hearth. The Kava Cutter has made this journey more than once, often monthly, bringing supplies and settlers to the region. We see several people standing on board the ship now. We see a beautiful, half-elven woman dressed in a radiant red dress that is only overshadowed by the glower on her face. This is Annabella Tolia, a cleric of Shaylin, who has seen her goddess renown diminished in Sargava. She comes to Pridon's Hearth, hoping that working to help establish the town's community will lead to widespread veneration of her deity. She stands, one hand on the port railing, looking aimlessly into the distance as the sea wind blows her long blonde hair around her. At the front of the ship stands a tall, dark-skinned Zenj woman from deep in the nearby Mwangi expanse. Her black dreadlocks frame a face with several scars. Umuzu stands firmly despite the constant rocking of the vessel. She comes to Pridon's Hearth, eager to work as a guide and a hunter in this unfamiliar region. Upon landing, she doesn't expect to stay long, hoping to quickly board a small vessel called the Cobalt Eye, with a small survey team heading into the Laughing Jungle. Inside the ship, a sharply dressed man with a thin brown mustache and a pointed face speaks with 6 of his companions in a small voice. They each have a crude map of the region set out on the table in front of them. Mr. Blackwell, a prospector from Eladair, is traveling to Pridon's Hearth in the hopes of mining the rich minerals in the nearby lands. They are working off of mere rumors, but the prospect of riches pull them away from comfort and home. Deeper within the ship, laying on a cot in a small room, is a particularly rotund man named Gallio Menius. His face has a greenish tint, and every so often he lets out a weak moan before getting sick into a nearby bucket. This trip has not been kind to the nobleman from Eladair, but his dream of establishing a papaya farm makes it worth the seasickness. He has come with a dozen laborers who spend most of their time guarding the many boxes of personal effects and farming equipment that he has brought with him. One can clearly tell from looking at him that this is his first trip away from the city. Perhaps even more odd than this group of strangers is the other travelers aboard the Kava Cutter. So Josh and Jason, tell me, on this ship, who do we see and what are they doing?
I think we should start with Jason's character because he has got the most intimidating presence, I think, of the two of us.
Yeah, so you see this extremely dark-skinned, almost black-skinned man standing over 7 feet tall, easily 250 or more pounds, just a massive tower of muscle. He is wearing, hide armor, and strapped to his back is this enormous hammer with spikes coming off of one end, and several spears just kind of strapped to his back as well. And you can see on his black skin are tribal tattoos that are painted on with white paint, probably made from bone or whatever. And they're just all across his exposed skin, these tribal tattoos. And on his exposed arms, you can see gashes, like scars, almost like ritual scars, going all the way up his arms. And his face, looking at his face, he has red eyes, like a deep red color to his eyes. And his face is all kinds of messed up, like broken nose that didn't heal back the right way. He's not a particularly attractive individual.
Is he the new Aiden with a punchable face?
You could try to punch him in the face. I would recommend it.
His face is
Would
all
you
sorts
say-
of messed up.
Would you say that he dumped his charisma?
A little bit.
Yeah, he did a little. He did a little.
I mean, it could have gone down lower, but it's lower than 10. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's not an attractive guy, but he definitely has a presence. Like, you can't really miss this guy because he takes up most of the room he's in. So
How tall is he?
7'3".
Right.
7'3"?
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Does he play
Play tall
basketball?
individual.
yeah, does he play basketball? He's tall, so he has to.
I don't know.
I'm sure they
what
had a
would
tribal team.
I don't know what they would call basketball in his tribe.
Probably the Warriors or something.
We call it
I was
blitzball.
going to say the Warriors.
To be honest, based on the tribe I know he's from, that's not a bad idea. Standing next to this tower of a man, you would find someone who looks short next to this person, but is actually not. Also stands very tall at 6'2". This slender form, dark-skinned woman with this reddish-brown, super curly hair and almost an afro, but not quite. As well as in the very front, you'll see a single streak of a silvery white bit of hair that's there. And she seems very comfortable with the presence of the person who she's with and is kind of just staring off into the distance. If you look at what she has as far as what she's wearing, she carries a skin skin made. How do they call them? A drum, basically. As well as there are 3 skulls fastened to a string that wrap around her at the waist. And she carries.
Are they human skulls?
Yes, they are human skulls.
Chaotic evil.
No.
Nice.
Neutral.
Neutral evil.
Chaotic evil.
She just has skulls, you know?
Most necromancers are neutral evil, I believe.
Most are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, safe bet.
Safe bet.
All right. Moving on from this stark contrasting couple, Justin, what do we see on this ship?
Yeah, so at the prow of the ship, if you look up there, you'll see a guy just excitedly staring out at the ocean, just almost mesmerized by it, like he hasn't really experienced a whole lot of stuff in his life, especially like a sea voyage. It's a tall man, not relative to Jason's character apparently. He doesn't stand 7'3", but a very tall and slender, wispy even sort of individual with a grayish brown skin. So it's like a brown skin, but it has kind of a gray tint to it, like a very muted color to the skin, with very just obviously dyed jet black hair. And he's just eagerly standing there. Something noticeable about him is that he does brandish a firearm openly. He wears a firearm at his hip, and yeah.
Can we backpedal?
Is this an open carry state?
Yeah, can we backpedal
Yeah, you
just
got
a
a
little
license
bit?
for that?
Did you say that he had clearly dyed black hair as it is his not
Yes.
his natural hair color?
Like, it does not look natural at all. Like, completely out of place. Like very obviously dyed hair.
Did he
because
forget to
it's
do
like,
the eyebrows and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He has like gray eyebrows, but just jet black hair, you know. Just very, very, very obvious dye job. And so some of his physical characteristics, he's like I said, he's relatively tall. Again, not Jason's freakish tallness, but he's relatively tall guy. But he's very thin, extremely thin for his height. He's about 6'3", 125.
Holy cow!
So-
Is everyone?
Oh my
Is
word!
everyone
Slender man
tall
type.
in this party?
This is
No.
going to be a great contrast to the
Yeah.
next guy.
Yes.
Wait a
So-
minute. I am a super tall woman. Abner has got some height on him, and Miame is a giant. This
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah. So you guys stand out for sure.
Yeah.
But you
6 feet, my
probably
bad.
don't
6 feet,
stand
6'2".
out quite as much as our final member. So, Brandon, would you like to describe what we see of your character?
So you see kind of in the corner, hunched over, kind of looking visibly kind of nervous, a freakishly tall 1'9" humanoid frog, Ripley, who is very bright in colors like a tree frog. So, very bright blues, greens, oranges. So yeah, kind of like hunched over. So I mean, maybe he's 1.5 foot, kind of little colorful blob in the corner. But he has a, Indiana Jones traditional cowboy hat and a kind of a cape that covers over part of his body, and he's just kind of making some very low humming sounds. And if you care to notice, he has one blue and one red eye. Not as cool as Jason's 2 red eyes, but he's got one, and that's all he needs.
He's halfway there.
This is the strangest party.
So I maybe come up to all of your shins if I am lucky. So
don't step on you.
and just so you know, Grippleys start at 1 foot 7 inches, so I am 2 inches taller than the shortest Gripply, so I am even short for my race.
Perfect. So, just briefly, what have your characters been doing on this journey? Anything special on this ship?
Remind us how long we've been on the ship again?
It probably has been about 5 days.
I've been rolling them bones with the crew, playing
Okay.
dice. For any of you that aren't hip to the lingo. Throwing
Alüna
They aren't.
probably would have spent some time to get a sense of the character of people that she's traveling with. So I have some cool things that I can do, like detect auras with a 10-minute perception check. So during this 5-day journey, one by one, she would have been kind of like staring people down and spending 10 minutes to get a sense of if there's anyone of extreme power. Remember, if they have 5 or hit dice or fewer, nobody shows up. But she's been just kind of watching everyone, getting a sense of vitality and auras, and if anybody's got any strong alignments.
Okay. For the most part, everyone seems to be pretty normal.
No paladins. So.
Yeah, no paladins, nobody that is giving off like immense auras of power. You would be able to tell that there are some that do have some abilities. So Annabella is a self-proclaimed cleric, so she has some abilities there of Shaylin. Umuzu is a ranger, so she's very adept in the woods, in the forest, tracking, hunting. But she also does have some divine powers as well. Mr. Blackwell gives off an uneasy air to him. You can't really pick up too much about him, but he's very quiet with anyone outside of his party. And when he watches people, it's very direct, and he's not afraid to stare.
So she's got like a bad vibes from him a little bit.
Bad, uneasy, not like the others. There's something about him that might be a little bit different.
In addition to that, I think Miyabe and Alüna would be the same on this. Any minor amount of assistance that could be offered or afforded to anyone, like the simplest of things, the two of them are doing such.
Yeah, I like to think that Miyabe's doing like 90% of the work on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most
Like-
likely.
Easily.
Like he sees one of the like regular people working on the ship like pulling ropes or something, and he'd just go over and he'd just like start helping them do that.
Yeah, almost in a way that's like socially awkward. Alüna would be doing the same
Oh.
thing. Yeah.
He's so awkward.
Yeah. If there's like food in the kitchen, that needs-
7'3"? Yeah.
if there's food
Yeah,
in the
he's
kitchen
awkward.
that needs to be prepped, Alüna would be helping in the kitchen. If there's herbs that need to be gathered, if there's anything that is not 100% physical labor outside of her expertise, she's offering that assistance or just doing it without asking.
And so Miyabe, you wouldn't know this, but the crewmen, the sailors, have actually been placing bets on how much you can lift. So they will have crates and things that they just continually add weight to and see how much you're able to pick up just because you're such a hulking brute of a man. So they're making a little bit of a game of it, but also they really enjoy having you on the ship because you have eased their load when it comes to a lot of the work that needs to be done.
By like
So-
a factor of 9 or something.
He's a man's
Yeah.
man.
I will
Yeah.
say my lift overhead can vary. It's either 230 or 400,
Well, that's a big
depending on
variance.
how certain things are applied.
Interesting.
I got 67. I'm pretty close.
So, Krimit, is there anything that you have been doing on the ship during this voyage?
I don't really think so. This is really the first time that he's been away from his comfort zone. Really excited to come out to this new land, new fresh beginnings, and then it's like ship starts sailing. It's like, oh crap, what am I doing? Where am I going? And of course, he wants to try to make friends, but literally everybody is like 10 times his size, and he is probably petrified. I don't think he's ever seen anybody as muscular and tall as these people. So he's probably not one to outreach. But if anybody were to talk to him, he probably would not shy away from a conversation.
Okay, perfect. So you guys have been on this ship for 5 days, and you get word, talk around the ship is that you'll be pulling in soon. And sure enough, mid-morning on that 5th day,
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Justin, was your character doing anything?
Rolling them bones. We went over
Okay.
this and asking for trade information. So that would be the other thing that Abner would be interested in, is asking the crew about any kind of like leads they might have on any
Or
kind
what are
of
particularly profitable
right,
crops?
like what goes through the area that they're headed towards. Like what's a big trade good that goes through there? What's something that they need that seems in short supply? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, so they would tell you that a lot of the trade is, first off, the bark of this fever tree. So this tonic that they make from this fever tree can ward off not just malaria, but other tropical diseases. So it's a big commodity that they're able to ship up to the cities and sell. Other than that, there's a lot of, because the land is so fertile, there's a number of different crops and things that you can make down here. So tropical fruits,
Avocado.
Avocados from Mexico. I always just think of that. So there's a lot of crop, but also there are rumors of, expensive minerals, gold mines. The land is basically untamed and unexplored. So a lot of people are coming down here because there's rumors that the land has great wealth. So that might be another reason why you've been drawn to this area.
Was
Actually-
go ahead. Go ahead, Brandon.
No, actually, I was going to say, now that I think about it, if Abner is literally walking around the ship totally brandishing his hand cannon, Krimit would probably want to chat about that and be excited.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, is Krimit's guns visible? Because Abner would totally walk up and talk to him.
His cape's probably covering that, but he's probably in the corner all, like, kind of looking up from time to time, but, probably that's the one thing that he would outreach for, is when you walk over, he would be excited to talk about, like,
right,
the pistol or I don't know, whatever weapon you're carrying
what
there.
fate that the two most out there people ended up in the same situation.
Yeah, not Miyabe at 7'3", 250. We're the outside people. Okay, not that freak of a man, but whatever.
Or the random frog guy, but whatever.
Yeah, but we're a random frog guy.
I'm not really noticeable. I kind of just not really blend in because I'm bright and vibrant, but just kind of sit in the corner.
What were you gonna say, Jason?
If Miyabe had a gun, it would definitely be some kind of massive blunderbuss.
An RPG.
A quad barrel.
I want it to be a sniper rifle as tall as him.
There would be an exception to the rule that Mabi walks around with a siege weapon. That's it. That's what he carries.
Anti-tank artillery that he just carries on his own.
A mounted catapult. On
Yeah, like that. Alüna helps load it.
He would just have a huge gun that has a bayonet, and he only uses it for the bayonet.
The bayonet.
He doesn't know how to work.
He doesn't even know that it's a gun. He doesn't even know it's a gun.
He just thinks it's a
Like,
spear.
I'm gonna reflavor my hammer to be a really long gun that he just put a rock on the end.
Actually, can I make my walking staff a gun too? I want a gun.
If you guys want a multi-class, I could probably make you one. So I'm just saying.
You get a gun, and you get a gun, and you get a gun.
They're super common down here.
But yes, Abner would be. His would be visible. I mean, he doesn't hide it by any means.
Yeah, Krimit would probably show you his, just out of probably excitement to compare and chit chat.
So can we RP that out, Sarah?
If you want to.
100%. Go for it.
No.
Awesome.
I would say
That's against
probably
the
like,
rules. No rules.
I don't know if you noticed that, like walking, if you notice him or he noticed you first, but of course when you walk by, he would just kind of look up and just be like, "Oh wow, you have a hand cannon too?"
Abner will look down. Good morning, you amphibious creature. You are fascinating. I do indeed have a hand cannon. This is my prized possession.
What's its name?
Its name? I haven't given it a name.
Wait, what?
Is that common? Are they supposed to have a name?
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't name yours, so he opens up his cape and kind of pulls it out. Be like, yeah, look I have one too. Its name's Alüna. I built it myself. I can't believe you didn't name yours. It's kind of like a ship. You give it a name like Gosmo or something.
Oh my, yours is quite extraordinary. I am hoping to learn more about firearms, but no, I have not named it. I suppose off the top of my head, something like boomstick. I don't honestly know. I haven't thought about it.
That is your boomstick.
That is my boomstick.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick Edge today.
Hashtag that is definitely copyrighted by Evil Dead, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Somebody cut his mic.
Cut my mic. That's copyright. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, you can't use Boomstick.
Can't use boomstick. I'm pretty sure that's copywritten by Evil Dead.
We'll come up with something.
I'll come up with something. But
Stickies.
do you know a lot about these firearms?
A decent amount. I've kind of spent some time learning and tinkering. So if you want me to take a look at your unnamed weaponry there, I can see what I can do.
Well, absolutely. I'm a bit of a spell slinger myself, a bit of a wizard, if you know what I mean. And I'm trying to integrate my arcane abilities into this firearm. I don't know if you've seen such a thing or not, but that's something I'm working on myself.
Oh, that's cool. No, I can put an attachment on mine, and I can shoot pebbles out of it.
Pebbles?
Yeah, I'll kind of instead if I run out of pellets, I can shoot pebbles out of it.
Oh, yours uses pellets. I myself have been using bullets.
Well, I could use that too. It's just if I run out, I could use some pebbles. I still need gunpowder, but I could use pebbles, or I guess if you have some jacks or something, that might hurt some caltrops. But yeah.
Well, you are quite the creative little amphibian. I think we're gonna get along mighty fine. Where are you headed, my good man?
Wherever this boat takes me.
All right then. Excellent. Well, yeah, in the coming days, I'd love to discuss firearms with you and learn a bit more. It was excellent meeting you. What is your name again?
Oh, you don't know my name?
I don't believe I heard your name.
Oh, no. So my name is Krimit, Red-Eye Marsh Croaker, but my friends call me Krimit.
Well, if I could be so bold, then I shall refer to you as Krimit, my good amphibian. My name is Abner Calhoun. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too, Abner, and you have a good day, and goodbye, unknown weapon.
Yeah, you too. Perfect. Genius. Hero point. Hero point.
What else?
Hero point to me, hero point to Brandon. We just nailed it. Let's go ahead and wrap that up.
I think he has to spend his hero point to name, or he's got to lose that for its copyright.
And thank you for tuning in
but...
to the new stream. That was episode 1. We'll see you next week.
That's a wrap.
We'll see you next week.
Also, yes, as Andrew pointed out in the chat, Krimit is adorable, by the way.
Yeah, I love Krimit.
Oh my god. Instantly like Krimit.
I like Krimit a lot. I like Abner's kind of like, it's just so good. It's going to be a great party, man. It's going to be great. He has
I don't
more
want
of
to
that fancified southern accent than I thought you would.
Absolutely, my good man.
Yeah,
He's
it's
dignified.
He's dignified. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You got almost like the preacher intonation going on there, like
Southern
I
twang.
do declare, there will be a drought coming to the south.
We are in the eye of the storm, my good fellows.
Oh, and I will, just so anybody who wants to roll a knowledge nature check probably can realize that my gun is named after the species of just frogs in general, because I am that clever.
I see what you did there. I don't know
What's
if anybody has knowledge nature.
I'm clicking on
knowledge
everyone's character
everything.
sheet but my own.
I named my gun after just the classification of frogs.
I have a knowledge nature.
Let me see. I don't think I trained knowledge nature.
Or would this be the classification of, well, there's no
Hang
frogs
on.
in this world.
I gotta turn that off. Or Sarah, did you turn that on? 3D dice.
Turn what on?
I had 3D dice enabled.
I did not do that. I don't
That was awful.
I don't believe.
I fixed it though. I got a 10.
So,
Have I heard of that species of frog?
So, I don't
Probably
remember.
not.
Can you take an untrained roll if it's a class skill or no? I don't remember.
So you can, if you don't have ranks in it, you can still roll it.
Yeah.
You can also roll something that's not a class skill and you don't have ranks in. If it's a knowledge check, you can't hit anything higher than a DC 15. So it's got to be pretty like common knowledge.
That is not correct.
Oh really?
so it
the-
begins.
So it begins.
If you don't have a rank in a knowledge, you cannot roll it unless the DC is 10 or lower.
10, not 15.
Yeah.
10 or
It doesn't matter if the knowledge is a class skill or not. If you don't have a rank in it, you can't roll it unless the DC is 10 or lower.
Right. You don't learn it if it's like a 15 or higher. Or
Oh, hey.
or anything.
That is a cool call out. We apparently do have a Patreon. Go us!
Oh, yay!
Nice plug.
That was the best plug. We learned it on the spot.
On the
I forgot.
spot.
Go check it out.
So I did some searching just for art that I felt might fit some of the NPCs that are on the ship, so I can show them to you. This is not like Paizo official art, and if anybody listening, if this is your art, credits go to you. Let me know. I
Is that how
will.
that works?
That's
I will source you.
Mildly heroic. We do not copyright anything.
So
Boomstick!
this is what I found for Annabella Tullia.
Boomstick is right.
Little risque. Well, I guess Shaylin can be a little risque, but
Shit, dragon? Is that makeup?
no.
Could be a little drafty with the boat breeze, but
Yeah.
Right? It's not proper sailing attire.
This one would be Galeomenius. Not exactly what I had in mind, but the best that I could find.
is that the one you got a
probably.
bad vibe from?
No.
Oh, okay. Because that
No,
guy looked a little
so-
sketchy to me, but it might be.
Oh, yeah,
This-
he's sketchy.
This is probably who I had for Mr. Blackwell, the guy
Oh,
who's
yeah.
maybe a little.
Oh, he's got.
You throw. He's got a
looks
cane. You
evil.
throw a monocle on that guy. and definitely gonna be the bad guy. You don't need to even roll for that.
And then finally Umuzu. That's who I had.
Oh,
portraying.
that's a wonderful picture. Holy cow!
That is a good
Yeah,
picture.
I wish I could draw. I have like visions in my head, and then I put on paper. It's just like stick figures,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's awful.
Lovely art, and I like that the background is see-through. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's what I had in mind for the NPC. So I put those in your journal if you want to refer back to them. But yeah, so as I was saying before, I don't want to cut anybody off. So if you have anything else that you want to do on the ship, let me know. But otherwise, you do get word from the sailors that you basically have arrived, and they would explain to you that basically Pridon's Hearth does not have a dock for a ship. So it's basically like when you're on a cruise ship and you have to put down anchor out in the water, like the open water, and then take smaller boats to get into the dock. That's what's going to have to happen here. And as soon as the call goes out and the anchor is let down, Galeomenius comes like bursting out of the cabin door, and he goes, "Wait! Wait! I must be the first one to step foot on Pridon's Hearth." And the sailors are like, "Okay." And he's like, no, you don't understand. I demand that I be the first one to set foot on this new land. And so he like pushes his way forward, and this first boat that they set down to go shore, he like pushes his way, and he gets on the boat with some of his men, and they put the boat down, and you can see that as they kind of take off and head towards land, the water's a bit choppy, and he gets sick a couple of times on the way to land, but then you are able to see that they eventually do make it to land, and then they bring the boat back. And so one by one, not one by one, but one trip at a time, they're going to take these people and their possessions. So eventually you guys will get your chance.
I have a feeling Jason and I are on the same wavelength here. What is up with that? Do we get like a sense motive? Why does he have to be first? Is he like unleashing some curse? Like, that's
No, you would just get the sense from your experience with him on this ship for the past 5 days
yeah.
that he feels like he is an entitled nobleman who needs to experience everything first. And as I mentioned, you get the impression from him that he has never left the city before. So this is like a big deal to him. This is his first, step outside into the world. And he feels that he's entitled to be first. So it was nothing really, what's the word? Nothing to be concerned about per se.
Sinister.
Nothing
Yeah, it was nothing
sinister, just a little posh.
Right. Yeah.
I think Miyabe probably just reacted with a quizzical look, like not really sure what the hub was about, and then maybe just concluding that he was a really excited person.
Alüna curses him and his ancestors. No, just kidding.
Throws one of her skulls at him.
As soon as she utters the words, he falls overboard and dies. No.
Wow, that's a powerful first level
I'm
character.
glad that the spirits are still in my side.
So it takes a while to get everyone back and forth and their belongings back and forth from this larger ship to land. Plus, there's a bunch of supplies that they have to load on to bring to the colony. And as you guys all disembark on land, you're getting your belongings around and everything, when you can hear the sound of raised voices coming from nearby. And if you look around, as the more that you look around, this argument seems to get louder and louder. And you can see, not too far from where you're standing right now, you can see Galileo is standing there. And there's a very grizzled looking man who's swaying in front of him at the dock. And this man, you can hear as you get closer, he shouts out, "You should be getting out of this land, you filthy leeches!" And he swings at a right hook, and he knocks Galileo to the deck planks. Galileo looks more shocked than injured. The swaying man ends his tirade by smashing the bottle he holds against a sturdy dock pylon. The bottle shatters, leaving him holding this serrated glass in his hands. And he yells out again, "And if you're not gonna leave, then I guess it's up to me to make ya." And he makes a move like he's gonna go after Galileo. Everyone make a perception check or a sense motive check.
Do we choose?
Or is it both?
Yep, either one. Whichever one you want.
Oh, heck yeah.
My perception is 2 points higher thanks to a certain racial trait. So I'll take that.
There goes Jason. Never. Always
I
rolling fast.
I know. So I was about to say that I'm so used to one of my other characters having a bonus that is higher than my total sum of a roll just now, and looking at my +5 right now, it's a lot lower than I'm used to.
Jason, that 22 is your bonus on your other character.
No, it's
is.
honestly
It actually is.
+22.
And then you're like, oh, and then I forgot to add this other D6 into it too.
So, reading them off, we've got Jason's character Miyabe with a 22 perception, Justin's Abner with a 5, Brandon's Krimit, a 16, and lastly, my character Alüna with a natural 1. Had a +10, but ends up with
Yeah, I was gonna say, holy +10, Batman.
Yes.
Yes.
I had
Unfortunately,
so much wisdom that went to waste.
Fortunately, you're distracted by something else that's going on, apparently. But Miyabe and Krimit, you would be able to tell. It's not that hard, but you can tell from looking at this man. He is clearly intoxicated. So he is not in his right mind. So seeing this happen, do you just let it play out, or what are you guys doing?
I think that Miyabe would... His first inclination would be to get Aluna's attention so that she sees it, but then he would then immediately thereafter start moving to interpose, one of those two words, himself between this man and Galileo.
She follows in a supportive role.
Okay. All right. Well, then with that, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
No.
So we'll see how this plays out. Okay, so Miyabe has 10. Don't roll another natural 1.
Oh man, how long can we get this to continue?
Oh man, good thing you were playing a gunslinger. That would suck for you today.
man.
She's so cool too. She's such a cool character.
Yeah, we see about that.
Reading off the
All right, so
initiative.
10 for Miyabe.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
Yep. Oh, I'm writing them down. So it's 10 for Miyabe, 5 for Alüna, 15 for Krimit, and 13 for Abner. So sort that in my list. So, Krimit, you are going first. And actually, no, I'm going to say because you did notice. So you are able to act. We'll have Krimit and Miyabe act first, and then we'll add everybody else in sort of like a surprise round. So you can do a standard or a move action.
So, is this guy like just standing over him, just like holding the glass, or he looks like he's intently going in for the stabby McStabberson?
So at the moment, he kind of socked Galileo in the face. Galileo fell back, and he's currently prone, on his butt. The other guy is still like swaying there, so he just yelled out this threat, but he doesn't seem to be like intently going after this guy, but it sounded like he might make a move towards him.
So I guess I kind of hop over, not close, but enough so he could see me in my massive, less than 2 foot stature height, and I kind of move my cape away to show my gun that he might have never seen before, and I guess that's my action, unless I could say something.
So you pull an 80s cop film or 90s movie, we just walk over brandishing the gun. Hey,
oh yeah, of course.
We're not going to have any trouble, are we?
I wouldn't say it like that, but something similar, I suppose.
What does he say? Does he say anything?
He comes on over and just kind of like, "Hey, you leave him alone." As he brandishes his hand cannon.
Roll an intimidation.
Oh,
+5
wait, you want me
bonus.
to? I can.
Well, not yet, no, because that was your move action. So
Well, I'm excited at -1 intimidate. Let's go.
It sounds really fun.
All right, so that was your move action. Miyabe, what are you doing? Standard or move?
Yep. So whatever you'll allow, I'd just like free action get Alüna's attention, just like pat her
Okay.
on the shoulder, and then move action with my. I don't know how far I am away. I've got 40 feet of movement, so I'll just move to try to get in between him and the guy, and Miyabe will just kind of like place a hand on the guy's chest, like this massive hand
Just like that.
on the guy's chest.
Just
Yeah, and he'll say, "Excuse me, but I will ask that you leave this man alone."
Okay. Alrighty, so we will head into the first round.
so
Back
deep
up
for
to
the
Krimit.
voice. You really drove
Yeah.
into that one.
So, Krimit, go ahead and make an intimidate check.
So as I see Miyabi walk up and put his hand on his chest, and I look at the guy, to continue with the facade. I'm like, "Yeah, you better stop, or I'm gonna have my friend here do something for me." That's not too bad.
Hey, yeah, roll.
Wow!
Yeah,
With a
roll.
-1.
I can't remember the DC and I can't look it up, so I'm gonna have to.
The DC is 10 plus half the creature's hit dice plus their wisdom modifier,
so that
which
might,
is almost certainly not 15. But I don't know that this guy.
yeah, it
He
might
could be a
pass.
10th level fighter.
No.
Okay, so with that intimidate check, he turns and he kind of like stumbles back a little bit, and he's holding this bottle, and he's like, What are you? You're a frog. And then he turns and he looks at Miyabe and he's like, what are you?
Maybe
And-
+2 to that, yeah, with me.
So for the time being, it looks like his attention is now drawn to you and away from Galileo.
Are you who are you referring to me or to Jason?
Well, you collectively, the
Okay.
two of you.
The you. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
The
So
you
the two of you,
plural.
because you're standing at Miyabe's knees, so he's kind of focused more on Miyabe, but you're there.
I'm below his knee.
Yeah,
That's
he's
pretty
7'3".
insane, actually.
He's 7'3". I'm up to his shin bone.
Yeah, like
That's
barely.
insane.
His hand is probably bigger than I am. Oh, that's not true. He'd be a really deformed man.
He
Miyabe
steps to the
could
side and squishes
easily
you.
carry all of Krimit and his gear.
Oh, yeah.
He could carry my whole frog tribe. Let's be honest.
So is there anything that you wanted to do other than your intimidate?
I guess I just pull out my gun, but I don't
Okay.
do. I don't do anything. I just. I guess if he tries to do a hostile action, I'll just ready a pew. I say pew pew, but I can only shoot once, so pew.
What's up there, Jace?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what percentage of a height the leg bone would be.
I don't know a
Seems
whole
to be
lot,
it.
but I know
That's-
it's connected to the hip bone, so.
Next up, Abner, what is your initiative bonus? Because I also rolled a 13, but I have no bonus.
2.
All right, so you get to go first. So you see this happen a little ways away. You saw Krimit kind of hop over initially, and now Miyabe, with a couple long strides, has made his way over there.
I would
Yeah,
just,
so I'm gonna walk towards the guy, just hands open, not in a threatening manner, and just, well, my well inebriated friend, I do declare I believe the sheriff is on the way over, having learned about your aggressive behavior towards these here visitors. You may want to move with all due haste to a different locale. And then can I do like a bluff check? See if he believes my lie about the sheriff.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
It's like, I am the sheriff.
I am the sheriff! Well, we're about to have a whole different scenario here.
I'm Umlo.
I don't know if you roll well enough. Even if he has the badge on, he might forget who he is.
Right?
15, that's not bad.
Yeah, so with a 15 bluff, he kind of looks over your shoulder and he's like, the sheriff? I am afraid of her. I'm afraid of the sheriff. You can't come here and bully me around, you newcomers. You're just trying to chase me off, aren't you? And is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope. That's it.
Okay. All right, so now it's his turn, and he's looking at you guys, kind of, crowding around him now, and he's like, no, you don't scare me. I'm not afraid of you. And he will go after... Well, I would say that Abner, being the last one to approach him, he will go after Abner with an attack with his broken bottle.
Is he
And-
shaken from that intimidate check earlier?
Now, shaken is just if you exceed.
would only-
No, I
Yeah,
think
we'll say he's shaken. Sure.
I think exceeding just increases the duration of the
Yeah.
the turn effect.
I can't imagine he exceeded it by enough to make it multiple
I'm sure I just did it
rounds.
for this one round potentially.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll make him shaken. So it's a -2 to meet my attack.
Gosh, I did a
He
thing.
probably
Excited.
had like a -1 already.
I'm sure being
So
inebriated would
that-
not help.
Is an 8 against your AC.
No.
Yeah.
So he kind of like lurches forward with his bottle, but you can see it coming a mile away and just kind of like sidestep, and he like kind of goes charging past you, and he's like, "You filthy newcomers, get back here! I'll fight all of you!" And after his turn is Miyabe.
So, seeing this, Miyabe would turn probably to Alüna, because he doesn't know who the like authority figure is for this place. So he'd probably just turn to Alüna and he would say, "Is it okay if I knock this person down?" I saw Josh nod, but I think he's muted.
And
So I'm
she'll
just gonna
nod
assume that-
slow and deliberate, I said.
Okay.
Oh.
So
We heard your thoughts.
Miyabe would pull out his. Well, no, because that'd probably kill him.
Hit him with the hammer, you'll kill him.
See, even with non-lethal damage, I might do enough to double his health.
Yeah.
So that's probably a bad idea. So
she will tell you not to kill him.
Yeah.
Maybe backhand him.
He'll just try to punch this guy, which obviously will provoke, because I don't have improved unarmed strike or anything. But I don't know if he can make attacks of opportunity with a glass bottle or not.
You could also try like a grapple, or your unarmed might do too much. So you're right. You're non-lethal.
I mean, I could try to grapple, but that would have the same effect, really.
Throw him in the ocean.
An unarmed is probably your best bet though, because your damage die will be less, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah.
Just your strength.
Yeah. So I'd like to try to punch him.
Okay.
I don't have
And he's dead.
an ability made for unarmed strike, so it's just a D4, D8. Oof, goodness gracious.
A
D20.
I don't know if that'll hit, Jason.
D20 plus 4. Apparently, that is not how you type that into Roll20. 15 to hit.
That will hit his AC.
And again, he would get an attack of opportunity because I don't have improved unarmed strike.
Right. Unless he's
Okay. So he will wildly slice out at you
Probably hit my
with a
PC.
0. So
he's got a minus because he's drunk. So he's got like a -4 or
minus
something,
four.
maybe, or -1.
Okay.
Oh, I actually no. I'm sorry. That would be a 2. So, yeah. So he like wildly again thrashes out at you, and
And
right, so you hit him-
clock him in the jaw for 6 points of non-lethal damage. I can't do
non-lethal damage.
I can't do lethal damage because I don't have improved unarmed strike. So anything I do is non-lethal. So
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So 6 non-lethal damage to this poor man. Next up is Alüna.
I'll just delay for now.
Okay.
Am I at the bottom of the round?
Yeah, you're the bottom.
Oh well.
with your natural one, yeah.
I'll just delay.
You notice that Sarah does the same thing Jason does anytime we're in a combat with something where the thing's grossly unmatched. To this poor man, you just hit him for 6 damage. Just like with the wolf. Because Jason was like, oh, you killed that poor wolf. That's unfortunate.
It's innocent, defenseless.
Yeah. Like, you put us
citizen
in this position? Yeah, this upstanding citizen.
who has done nothing wrong.
He's a city councilman and we're punching him in the face.
He's the town doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I will delay.
All right. So now. Okay, you'll delay. So top of round 2 is Krimit. So Krimit, you're seeing this all go down. Anything that you want to do?
It looks like that my friends have it under control, so I guess I'll try to hop over and help Galio up, if I can, with my 8 strength.
Okay.
I hop
All
over.
right. So we'll say that you. Go ahead.
Let's get you up here so we can get you out of the way, because there's a tough hole over here.
He's so adorable.
Okay. All right. So, Jason's cheating. That's all right.
Already.
You're fine. It's good. It's all good.
You're basically
If you kill him, it'll be your fault, but that's fine. All right. So you go to help Galio up, and it's a struggle. He is a large man, and so it's mostly him just getting up, but you're there for support.
Please
So
don't
you are
crush
able
me.
to get him up to his feet.
You
And
have
he's
been
like,
rolling fantastically well for skills that have -1 bonuses.
Don't say that. Yeah, I know. And then I'm gonna misfire every shot, but let's not talk about that yet. I'm
so Galio,
more here for support, not really for combat.
Galio stands up and kind of dusts himself off, and he says, I don't know what happened. The man just came after me as I was unloading my belongings. I didn't do anything to him. And you can tell he's very, visibly shaken by this.
He was the first guy off the boat, right?
Yeah, yep.
I think it's because you were the first one to touch ground, sir.
I don't see why that would have anything to do with anything.
Well, you were in the closest proximity to his bottle and
That's probably true. So you bring him to his feet. Now he's standing and kind of watching what's happening with you, but he's...
Yeah, I will eventually, I like both hands like a little kid would hold one of his hands, and I start trying to block him away from the fight on my next turn. So that's what I'll be doing is I hope the gigantic man can handle the drunkard doctor.
Well, and it's a funny sight to see because Galileo is like a rather rotund man himself, and he's kind of cowering behind this 2 foot tall, 1 foot 9 foot frog creature. I
prefer Gripply, but whatever you're.
It's more fun to say frog. He called him amphibian or amphibious.
I called him an amphibious. I called him an amphibian, not a man.
All right, so next up is Abner. Abner Calhoun.
My good man, certainly we can do this in a much more noble manner. There's no reason to come to violence. Certainly we can talk about this. Would you be willing to simply calm down and discuss this in a less ignoble way? And then diplomacy? A try diplomacy?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Nope. This man ain't calming down.
Yeah, not quite. He just got decked in the face.
That's fair.
So he so he got punched in the face by this giant beast, and he's got these people. So now he's like kind of on the defensive. So he's still like waving this broken bottle in his hand, but he's kind of rethinking things after getting like punched in the face. So he'll basically just like stand back in total defense for his turn. Miyabe, it's your turn now.
I was gonna step in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of like hold her hand up and be like, "Wait, Abe, drunk one, you have one more time." Sorry, that's not it. Still working on the voice.
It's alright. That's what
Wasn't
this
too
is
bad.
for.
You do not want this fight, and she'll try to convince him not to keep going, basically.
Okay. So you can roll with diplomacy as well.
I will.
That's unfortunate.
You know when you like stretch it and it's the wrong way?
Listen, if this was Iron Fang, I would have already shot an arrow at this guy. Alright, so like, the second we came off the boat,
I didn't would have
I'd
shot
been
him
like,
before we
arrow!
left the boat.
Right?
You'd see him walking out of his house in the distance.
Be like, that man's bad news. You better kill him. Oh man. Okay, so with a 17, and actually due to his inebriated state, he's definitely more emotional. So there's a bit of a bonus to that. So with your roll plus this bonus, the circumstance bonus, you speak up in a more gentle way, I guess. And he immediately, like, he stops for a moment and he drops the bottle, and then he like falls to his knees and just starts sobbing into his hands. Is there anything else that you wanted to do, Alüna, on your turn?
No, I'm back. I'm sorry. My foot was just falling off. Yeah, no. She doesn't want to say
That's
anything more. He starts crying. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, he starts crying.
What in tarnation?
Yeah, and actually, at this point, you can see in the distance, you see a woman approaching with 2 men with her. And she walks up and she says, "What is going on here?"
I think Miyabe, because it was going to be his turn, he's going to walk up to the guy who's on the ground, just like place a hand on his shoulder and be like, "It is okay now. I am glad that we could come to a peaceful arrangement." And then he'll stand back up.
Would someone mind telling me what is going on here?
Is it the sheriff?
She has a bit of a commanding presence, and the 2 men that are with her appear to be sort of like guards, so you can deduce that she's probably a leading figure in the town.
Oh, well, greetings, ma'am. Tips his hat. We just arrived on the boat, and then that drunkard came up and attacked our friend here.
She'll look at you and kind of cock her head to the side just for a minute, and then straighten up, and she'll look and she'll say, "Oh, Theos, not again, my friend. Let's get you back home." And she'll gesture to the two men that are with her, and they will, kind of pick him up by the arms and start walking him away towards town. And she'll return to you, and this is what you see. Oops.
You have a mighty fine evening, Mr. Theos.
So she'll turn to you and she'll say, "My apologies. Welcome to Pridon's Hearth. My name is Adela Prayet. I am the sheriff here at Pridon's Hearth. And I am so very sorry that you had to witness this on your very first day here. Theos, he is a broken man. His wife and daughter have recently died, and he does not act kindly toward the newcomers to Pridon's Hearth. We have tried to keep him away when the ships come in, but unfortunately, as you can see, he made his way down here, and you were the objects of his wrath. I assure you that we will handle the situation, but let me formally welcome you to Pridon's Hearth. Unfortunately, the Count is held up in his manor, but I am here to welcome you and to see to it that you have a lovely stay here while you come.
What backdrop do some of our characters know about the situation at Pridon's Hearth and any of the politics involved or anything like that? Or is this all new character?
It's probably pretty new. So the settlement itself is very new. You would have, by one way or another, probably heard some of the messengers that come through, the solicitation to come down to the settlement, promising riches and glory and legacies and a new start and land if you want to, make a new home and all of that stuff. Basically, just work towards Sargava's interests to help build up the community, and anyone is welcome to come. There's, to your knowledge, there's the Count is the one who kind of oversees the settlement. He's the one that sent out the missives originally, but there's really not a structured leadership in the town, I guess. It's basically him, and then now this person who she would have introduced herself as the sheriff. I don't remember if I said that, but she would have introduced herself as the sheriff, kind of the overseer of security within the settlement.
Sure, but we wouldn't have any particular idea whether it's a common sentiment to resist the new people in town or anything like that.
No. And actually, you would get the impression that it's quite the opposite. They're very encouraging of people to come. They want people to come and build up the settlement and to grow. So she's very kind of embarrassed at the fact that your first encounter on this new territory was this guy trying to drive you off. So she's, in a manner of speaking, trying to sweep it under the rug so that it doesn't upset the other people that have come to shore. And she's very apologetic. She wants you to feel welcome, and that's not the kind of welcome that they were hoping to give you.
Yeah, as soon as she says she's the sheriff, Krimit's eyes light up. He kind of hops over there and puts his hand up to shake her hand. So he's just kind of reaching up. Wow, it's a pleasure to meet you. That's so cool.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you as well, my friend. What is your name?
Oh, I thought people here might already know me, but it's Krimit, Red-Eye, Marsh Croaker. You can just call me Krimit.
The pleasure is all mine, Krimit. We are very happy that you have come. Where do you hail from?
Oh, I come from the Mana Waste area. I kind of traveled around. I was kind of a big deal there. I laid down the law with my brothers and sisters.
Wow, I must say I am very impressed that you have come all the way from that area. That is quite far. But
Yeah, I wanted to come here. I wanted to be like the sheriff, but not take your job. That would be awkward. Do you need a deputy?
well, we at this point could use all the help that we can get. I look forward to seeing your expertise and how you act in town, and maybe later we can have a conversation.
That'd be great. He turns around and he has that face like a kid who just told Santa what gift they wanted at the mall, and Santa's like, "I'll bring it to you," and he's like, "Oh yeah." So,
She'll, continue to apologize, and she says, "We are quite understaffed, so any help that you can give us is of great importance to us. The rest of you, I apologize, I did not get your names. You, my friend, are quite an imposing fellow." And she'll look to Miyabe.
Yes, my name is Miyabe. If you need help, I am here to help. Just point me in a direction.
Well, we are grateful for your help, Miyabe, and we look forward to working with you here in Pridon's Hearth. My good lady, I caught the tail end of what was going on, and I think it was your words that spoke to him. I appreciate you bringing things to a close in a non-violent way. Like I said, he is a member of our community, and he has seen many terrible things, but he is not a bad man.
She'll nod again and say, "I am the one Alüna. I am here with Miyabe. We would like to help you."
Much obliged, much appreciated. And my good friend, to you, you carry weapons that are unfamiliar to me. I am intrigued by them, and I look forward to conversation about their capabilities. What is your name, my friend?
Absolutely, madam. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Abner Calhoun. I am a trader from, well, let us just say Absalom for right now. And yes, this is a fine piece of equipment that I carry with myself. Me and my good amphibian friend here, Krimit, have discussed it at length. And I am more than happy to learn about this fine establishment you people have worked to build here.
Great. Well, if you will follow me, I can take you to the stone hall, or we can find you places to stay in some of the local homes that will help you to settle in until you are able to find a place to stay on your own. And I will move you guys over to a map of Pridon's Hearth. So
I choose to
This
stay
is-
with Theos, or whatever his name was. Kidding.
Theos?
Yeah, he seems like a fun individual. Seems like he's really got his life together.
so
They've even
and-
got walls.
Yeah, if you were to inquire about him, she would kind of mention that they're probably going to put him in a cell for the night just to sleep off his drink and make sure that he doesn't cause any more issues. So they would probably take him to a place where he would be a little more incapacitated just for the evening. So you guys are coming in over here. These are the docks that you came in on. And then she will lead you to the stone hall is over here. And that is the... just make sure I've got my locations correct. No, that's not correct. The stone hall is over here.
So how long
My
is
bad.
the bridges? About 10 feet?
Yeah, they're 10 feet.
Accurate. 10 feet.
Yeah. No, they would actually be more like 150 feet.
Okay.
do these
Yeah.
houses, like buildings, do they look run down at all, or pretty well kept?
They're pretty basic. So the colony here has only really been here for the past 4 or 5 years. since they came back to the territory. So people are definitely starting to build it up more, but they're not like huge buildings, except for the Stone Hall is probably the most, impressive building that they have.
Stone Hall is over here.
Oh no, I guess this one would be. This is the Count's
Count.
estate.
Yeah.
So
So this
that's
one that looks like
probably
it's made
the
of snow.
largest of the buildings.
Guy's got his own wall.
No, it says it's this
Well,
one.
from the handout, there's one that seems to tower over the rest of the
Sea
Where?
shanties.
The handout from Pridon.
Oh yeah, that would be the Count's estate.
The Count's estate is what's shown.
Yeah. So that house is they're built up on pylons. So it reminds me a little bit of if you play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Some of the places that you go, like there's still buildings and structures, but they're not like super well built houses at this point yet.
Well, I declare this may not be as lucrative a venture as I had once hoped. Sea shanties.
So she would take you to the Stone Hall or, any local homes where you would be able to kind of settle in for the night, and, take stock of the town. And for the rest of that day, you're, free to rest if you wish. It's been 5 days on a ship, so if you want to just take it easy, you can. Or if there's anything that you wanted to explore the town, you're welcome to do that. It's kind of your what's the word? Your oyster.
Prerogative.
This town is your oyster.
What time did we get here about, or what is it now?
Probably by the time that you get settled in, it's probably around noon. You were coming in at mid-morning, took some time to get everybody onto the land, and then, to get all your belongings, get everything settled in. It's probably around noon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Krimit would probably meander, get familiar with the settlement in the town, just kind of walk around, probably see how many looks that he can get with a 2-foot frog. So they probably think that I'm a creature or something.
It is kind of different. So most of the people here are humans, and most of them are the darker skinned humans of Sargava and the Mwangi Expanse, but there are some who have come from far away who are reacting and coming to the settlement from the messages that the Count sent out to the inner sea region. So you're the only Gripply that you can see, though.
I can't see far.
No. And I should say, sorry, real quick, before I forget, for handling that encounter with Theos relatively non-violently, you do earn 400 XP.
Right off the bat.
Yeah. So you're on your way to level 2.
If we killed him, would we got more?
Next level for us is 2,000.
No.
We'll level up. Right? Jace?
Yep.
Jason's. I think I showed us earlier. He wrote it down. Has an abacus over there for the experience.
Yeah. He's operating in the Stone Age.
That's one thing that I'll have to figure out is for encounters like that, do you get 400 or is that something that you split up so each person would individually get 100? I feel like
You
it's
individually
probably-
get 100.
I think that's what it's supposed to
Is that
be.
the case? I thought it was the opposite.
Like,
Yeah. Because the encounter is
all of
probably
these-
a CR1 encounter.
yeah,
So the
because it
experience
says
they give you is
award the
undivided.
PCs
Yeah.
this much. So it's a collective 400 that you guys divvy up amongst the 4 of you.
Okay.
Nice try.
I will
Nice try.
write 100
Yeah,
down.
Did try.
Yep. So no pressure, but is there anything anybody else wanted to do
Yes.
for the rest of this day? Okay. Miyabe, Jason, were you?
I was going to say that Miyabe would look for just somebody to help. He'd either ask the sheriff to point him to someone, or maybe he and Alüna would go off to find someplace. But he's just looking for somebody something that he can do to help people out. That's his first initiative.
Alüna is
Okay.
got the very same objective, although she's going about it a little bit of a different way. She's going to take a moment to survey the whole place and look for the poorest district or where the most disopportune people are. And after she's located a couple of spots that she wants to go, she's going to go and buy food and
Okay. So Miyabe, most likely what you would be helping with at this point is carrying crates and supplies from the docks further into town. So they would tell you, actually, they would let you know, just in general conversation, that these islands out here are referred to as Island Town, and the actual mainland community the island town people refer to them as the Walled Inn. And so there's like playful banter pretty much between the two, but you would help to carry some of the supplies and crates from Island Town further into the Walled Inn section where most of the shops are. And
So-
you would help, take some of the supplies to the different shops.
So essentially, there's like 2 districts. There's all of the islands as a district, and then the inland as a district. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Yeah, the Count's estate is that's considered part of the mainland district, but it's its own separate place there. So Miyabe is helping with the supplies. Alüna, you would probably head to this area here. This is known as the Watched Row. So one thing that you would catch on pretty quickly too is Pridon's Hearth, in the eyes of Sargava, is almost sort of how Australia started off. So it's become a place like almost a penal colony where Sargava has sent not like bloodthirsty killers and murderers, but just like petty criminals who are basically doing community service. They're getting sent down here to work in the interests of Sargava in Pridon's Hearth. And this area is kind of where they're holed up. So they're part of the Walled Inn, and this area is probably a little more run down than the other areas, especially like Island Town tends to be more of the middle class region, I would say. This area is the lower class, most likely.
I will, go ahead and spend a platinum piece on food and supplies. Spend the day
Okay.
passing them out.
Okay. All right, and they're very grateful for that. Abner, is there anything in particular that you're looking to do?
Yeah, he'd go around looking for, I don't know, is there like a trade house or like a trade guild or, I don't know, like an auction area? I mean, obviously there are shops, but there really wouldn't be any reason to try and trade at a shop. They're an established business. Is there any other types of commerce that takes place in this area outside of the shops?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything specifically outside of shops. So there is a counting house. So the
That's a
counting
bank.
house is here. Yep, so it's a bank. And that is run by a worshiper of Abadar.
Oh.
So just for funsies, anybody that
Yeah.
has like knowledge religion, roll me a knowledge religion.
Oh man, Miyabe's got so much knowledge religion.
Got so much religion.
I don't have ranks in it, so that's decent.
Could I roll it since I'm also a follower of Abadar, or is this something completely different?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, so you would be able to tell that it's a little strange for like the main establishment, like, so asking around, there doesn't seem to be a church here. Really, the closest thing to a church is this counting house of Abadar. And that's very interesting because most frontier towns have a church to Erastil. He tends to be the deity that's worshipped by people kind of out in the sticks. So it's a little odd that there isn't an Erastil presence here. There's an Abadar presence, but if you were to kind of ask around, Abadar, the Church of Abadar, was the one to help fund the initial petition to come down here, most likely to establish a trade route with, the minerals and gold and all of that is rumored to be here. So that's kind of how Abadar's presence came to be in this town, and it's become sort of a church in this area.
Cool.
So, yeah, so that is one place, there's a conservatorium, so that's like alchemical stuff. There's a smithy. There's a printing shop. There's masonry. There's basically a general goods store.
So probably what Abner would be most interested in would be that conservatorium, to talk to them about the fever bark, or is it fever tree, fever bark? What is it?
Yeah, it's the fever tree. It's the bark of the fever tree.
I'm just gonna call it fever bark then.
He's
Yeah, so that would be where that's where I would.
Okay.
Abner would head to learn more about that.
Okay. So that is right here. And if you were to go into that area, you would come across a halfling woman who had introduced herself as Harry Lightstep. And when you first get a glimpse of her, she looks a bit touched. Like she's got some crazy hair and she's like running around. She's got all sorts of alchemical supplies, and her shop's it's in a bit of disarray. But after talking to her, it's kind of just the way she is. She loves working with her potions and mixing new tonics. And in talking with her, she would tell you that she actually got started here because she was the one that discovered the fever tree. So her claim to fame is that she discovered this, and now she's able to, have a comfortable life selling that and exporting that. Cool. But if you were to talk to her a little bit more, she would tell you that her real passion lies into experimenting with the poison secretions of jungle spiders and coming up with different things that you can make out of that. Yeah, her name. Did I tell you her name is Harry Lightstep?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a picture for her?
Yeah, not an official one. So just something that I found online.
Look at her hairy feet.
Yeah. And actually, I put this in the journal. I forgot to show you something that I found for Theos Votto. So that was just kind of a little bit of a thing that I came up with him. Yep. So you guys spend the rest of the day kind of just getting settled in, figuring out the town, going around helping in whatever way you can, maybe talking with some of the people who've already established presences there and whatnot. And at the end of the day, you're able to go back and have a good night's rest wherever you guys are staying. Do you think that you guys would all go to the same place? Or do you think that you kind of have split? I'm sure that Miyabe and Alüna have gone to the same place, but Abner and Krimit, have you tagged along with them? No, probably the Stone Hall is the closest thing that you'd find to an inn.
Weren't they going to assign us
like
to stay, or
Yeah,
sorry?
that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, if you wanted them to, they could, or you could just stay in the Stone Hall, which is more of like a communal area.
Whatever is
for now.
Most convenient for everyone.
Whatever's the cheapest.
Like this community, whatever's best for us to stay.
Okay, probably the Stone Hall would be the best place to stay then. And again, I think that one was this building. Okay.
I'm disappointed.
So you guys have a good night's rest.
Isn't the gray one?
Isn't the
This
building
one?
that is obviously stone.
Well, that's the counting house. That's the bank.
I mean, this could easily have been a bank and then make the stone hall the gray one.
Well, I'm sorry. You can take that up with the people that wrote the module.
Yeah, I will. Give me their names. Give me their emails. Oh, of course it was James Jacobs.
No, it was actually the author of this is Thurston Hillman, who actually wrote the Darklands
name
Revisited
before.
as well.
I
heard that
love
name
that
before.
name, Thurston. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Thurston.
I think he may have participated in some of the RPG writing contests, and then eventually I think he was employed by Paizo. I could be wrong about that, but
Fantastic cowboy wizard name. Thurston Hillman. That's a great cowboy wizard name. Like, oh, man.
I don't know. I think Abner Calhoun is pretty good.
Yeah, so I knew I recognized that name. He is on the front cover for part 3, 4. Okay, just part 3 and 4 of Iron Fang Invasion.
Oh, so we're familiar with his work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, interesting. I'm
Confusing building arrangements.
Who did the one on that one? Do you know?
Book 1 was Amber Scott, I think it said.
Amber Scott. Good job on book 1. I'm sure it doesn't get a lot of love by and large because I don't think survival games fill that power fantasy a lot of people like to play through, when they go play. But I thought it was very well written, and I absolutely loved the opening sequence as well as the conclusion of that. So, shout out to them.
Okay, so the next morning, you guys would wake up and you start getting around and whatnot. And before too long, Sheriff Adela shows up again, and she'll kind of come over to you and she'll be like, "Good morning, my friends. I hope you slept well in your lodgings last night. I would like to treat you to breakfast if you have a moment. I would like to speak with you some more."
Absolutely.
Okay. So she'll take you in the stone hall to an area where they have basically a little cafeteria. So for breakfast this morning, she'll treat you to a few drinks of your choice. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic coffee, whatever you want. And then they will have eggs and roasted deca seeds and fried taro. And she'll sit down and she'll, just say, "So, what brings you to Pridon's Hearth to stay with us? This is not really people's first place to come. What brings you all here?" Don't all speak at once.
Sorry, I was looking something up.
I came here because I wanted to prove that I could become a hero.
That is a noble goal, and I hope that you are able to accomplish that while you are here.
Me too, otherwise I'd be very disappointed.
Well, I came here for a dual purpose, if I'm being honest. I hope to learn more about my arcane abilities while also incorporating my piece of equipment that you noticed earlier, while also trying to secure a bit of coin for me and my family.
Well, I'm sure that you will find that this area is ripe for the picking, I should say. We welcome all who would open trade routes here, as we are trying to expand. So your presence here is very welcome, my friend.
Well, that is excellent to hear.
I am on a journey. Do you know what an Irin Mata is?
And if she speaks polyglot, she would.
I do.
The time has come for me to learn more of the world. So I have done that. Miyabe here is my protector.
We
I'm
are.
sorry. What is that? What did you say now?
Do you speak polyglot or you can do a knowledge local?
No, sir, I do not. I'm just asking you to, or ma'am, I do not know what you said. I'm just asking you to explain what
I
it
mistook
is.
you for a man.
Oh, I thought that was out of character. I forgot your voice.
No.
She'll explain. Basically, it's like a journey of self-discovery, like a faith journey. Irin Mata. It's a made-up word.
Okay, so like a walkabout.
Like a walkabout.
What Australian themes going on here in this AP? I like it.
Like a walkabout.
I like it.
Well, that is very noble, and I hope that while you are here, you can come to find what you are looking for. And if not, then perhaps your journey will lead you from here with more knowledge than what you came with. I must confess, I asked to have breakfast with you for a dual purpose myself. This may be a bit sudden, but your actions yesterday on the docks have shown your character. and you all seem to be people who can handle yourselves. So forgive me for being presumptuous, but I was wondering if you might help me with something that's a bit of an issue that we have that has come up. Basically, we have a small fort to the south that we man that keeps watch for problems, mostly from wandering lizard folk tribes or some of the animals that you find in the jungle. But unfortunately, we have not heard from this fort in 2 weeks. It's not exactly unheard of. The military presence there is quite poor, but I am still a bit concerned. The fort's commander is a close friend of mine, and it is unlike him to send no word at all for so long. I was wondering if the four of you might do us a favor and check out this fort to see. Perhaps I'm thinking nothing of it. Perhaps it is not a big deal and they are just busy doing something, but I cannot help but think that there is something greater going on here that I am missing, and I worry for my friend and for those stationed at this fort. Again, I am sorry for springing this on you as soon as you arrived, but at this point I don't know of many others who would be willing or able to do something like this.
Sure. I'll go. What do you think happened?
I'm not sure. Like I said, they haven't sent word in a while, but perhaps they have just been busy or they have not thought of it. But I do fear some of the animals in the jungle and in the swamp, and I just want to make sure that they are all safe. And if so, I would like to have someone come back and report that. Unfortunately, my men here, we are already understaffed, and trying to take care of the new people that are coming in, along with keeping the peace here, has proved to be a challenge. So unfortunately, I do not feel I can send any of them, and I do not feel I can go myself. But if you would be willing to do this favor for me, I would be very grateful to you.
What kind of animals?
Oh, there are dinosaurs out there. It's possible that there has been an attack by a dinosaur. I do not know. Another possibility that we have had run-ins with before is the troll named Grola. She is very feisty and has plagued this community more than once. It is possible that she has caught wind of our fort and has instead taken her wrath out on them. I hope that to not be the case, but it is a possibility.
I think Krimit looks kind of a little bit shaken. I'm originally from a swamp, and there were some big snakes there and spiders. They try to eat me all the time. Dinosaurs, I'll go if he goes. He points to Miyabi.
You'd probably see, any of you, the moment there was a mention of dinosaurs, there was kind of like a flash of excitement in Miyabe's eyes. And he would say, "Yes, if I can help, then I will do what I can."
He wants to go wrangle a gator.
He's a hunter. He likes, he wants to hunt down. I think I might have taken it out of one of his goals. Nope. One of the goals is hunt and slay a triceratops or similar mighty beast.
Let's live that.
Awesome. Very oddly specific.
Little one. Abe here. He will protect you. I can promise you that. I will go with him. And she's talking to the sheriff now. And we will do this for you.
She'll look right at Abner and she'll say, "And you, my friend, if I have caught wind of your character, know that I am willing to pay. I will give each of you, well, actually not each of you, I will give all of you 100 gold up front to cover any of your expenses or equipment. And should you return with word of what happened, I will give you 50 gold after that."
Kind of showed her hand how much she's actually willing to pay, huh?
Well, I didn't do the math in my head. I should have said 25 gold each, but it went to 100.
I don't think. Yeah. Alüna constructed that information. Okay.
Well, ma'am, you've been a most gracious host, and I speak many languages, but you are speaking my favorite, which is coin. I reckon I'd be more than willing to help for adequate payment. Say, could we do 200 gold pieces to start before we go out on this venture?
Make a diplomacy check.
I only speak common and
Alright,
gripply.
get the linguistics to speak coin. He maxes out appraise, gets a raid in linguistics.
Good job, Abner. Now she's only gonna pay us 75.
Right? She's like, you people aren't worth it. Okay, but hang on.
That was a 6 for all of you listening. He rolled a 6.
Ma'am, I can assure you that my unique skill set within this venture will be more than up to the challenge. I am a master wizard, and as I said, I speak many languages, one of which is the language of the lizard folk, which certainly will be of help, I'm sure, in this venture. And then can I try a bluff instead? Good God.
Sure, go ahead.
I knew I should have put a rank in diplomacy.
Got the same base roll for both of those.
Yeah, right. A 5 for each. So she'll look at you and kind of give a bit of an embarrassed smile, and she'll say, I apologize, my friend, but I do not have more gold to give you. Otherwise, I know that I am asking a lot. I would have offered you more gold up front, but unfortunately, 100 is a fair penny for us, and that is all that I can give you from the treasury at this point. But if you do come back, I can promise you 50 gold, and if you are willing to go, I can write you a letter of credit to give to the counting house now for the full amount, if you need that to supply yourselves.
Well, then we are in agreement, because it just so happens that Mr. Calhoun's trade empire works on credit. We have no issue here. We shall sally forth and look into this matter immediately.
Well, I do have some suggestions before you set out. I would encourage you to talk with some of the locals here who might be able to help you equip yourselves for the journey. For one, you may check out the conservatorium. Harry Lightstep works there. She might be able to help you. Also, the Northwind Smithy and the Oyen Emporium. And if you would like that letter of credit, she'll pull out a piece of paper and she'll start jotting something down on a piece of paper. And then she'll fold it up and she'll pull a stamp out of her pocket and stamp it. Give this to Baldra at the counting house, and she will give you what you need for the journey. At this point, I would say that there is some urgency, but since we have not heard from them from 2 weeks already, take time to supply yourselves before you set out, and then she'll kind of give you a rough idea of where to go. She'll say, the road to the south will lead to the fort if you continue along it. You should not have any trouble finding it. It is several miles south. Let me see. 12 miles south. So if you were to journey for maybe 3 or 4 hours, you might be able to make it by foot.
Okay. So it's not too far away.
To the fort. Yeah, to the southeast.
Okay.
Jason,
Yes, what?
who wrote that?
I don't know.
Jason,
And now we get paid 5 gold pieces.
I already showed that on the
Thanks,
stream.
Jason.
when did you write that? Just now, or has it been
That
there for a
was
long
like-
Been there for a while.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, 20 minutes, yeah.
All this space.
I didn't scroll down until I was looking at where the road went, and I saw text.
Yeah.
There it's gone.
Well, here's what I have to say about that.
So,
Wait.
was that 100 gold for all 4 of us?
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
total of 100 gold, and then an additional 50 gold when you came back, but she gave you a letter of credit, so that you could get that now.
So we each have 150 gold to spend on additional
No.
journey here.
No.
No.
We all have 150.
We have 150 collectively.
Collectively.
Based on Abner, he's got 100, and we have 50 for the three of us. I'm sure.
I will
we
make
got
sure.
we got the stamped credit.
That's not so
That's
much,
what we.
I see. So consumable.
Yeah.
Yeah, some fever bark is
Mhm.
what Abner wants to buy since he knows about it. So he'll go to the conservatory because he doesn't need anything else as far as he's aware.
Okay. All right. So you'll go to the conservatorium, and you go in there, and you can speak with Harry, and oh gosh, I can't come up with voices on the spot. Nope, I can't come up with anything.
Everyone here happens to speak the same way.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's like in Avatar, that one episode in the Fire Nation where the one guy just puts a different hat on. It's
Yeah.
the same guy.
I'm
for, like,
Doc, and this is my brother Shu. My name's Doc because I work the docks. This is
This
Shu.
this whole town's just one person.
So,
Running around.
so Harry will come in and she'll. Is there anything like specifically that you're looking for there?
So, like fever bark, obviously. Some
Okay.
of her brew, her, I don't know, whatever she has made that makes it so you don't get malaria, or if you do, you can cure it. And then I don't know, like, antitoxin and anti-plague, 50 gold pieces each. Oh, I don't know. Does insect repellent exist in Pathfinder? Some citronella candles is what Abner wants, and he's gonna strap them to his shoulder.
So if you go in there, she'll be like, "Hey, welcome. At the moment, unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of stuff on me because I'm a bit short on supplies, but I could probably spare some Cure Light Wounds potions. Maybe some alchemical stuff. I can give you some of that fever bark if you want. But hey, if you would do me a solid, I need some alchemical stuff to continue making some of my potions.
Your potions.
So if you could keep an eyeball out for these, I would appreciate it muchly. I can give you a reward if you come back with some of these samples. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have too much in stock because I haven't been able to get out and get some of my stuff.
Well, if you could offer us a significant discount on those Cure Light potions and some of your world-famous fever bark, then I am sure I could keep my eyes open for these alchemical ingredients.
Yeah, you know what? Like, you seem like a nice guy. So, what if I gave it to you at 20% off? How does that sound?
I was thinking more 30, but I think we could meet in the middle at 25% off.
Hey, go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check.
Hey, I didn't take a rank in diplomacy. Why do you hate
I love
me?
how the venture capitalist has not put any available skills to negotiate a price at all. You get diplomacy? Do you have ranks in diplomacy?
I get 5 ranks! I get 5 ranks! That's all I get!
Did you put any in an appraisal?
Appraisal, yes! I put 1 in appraisal, I put 1 in bluff, I put 1 in linguistics, and then it just seemed right to put 1 in spellcraft and 1 in use magic device. I didn't have any left for diplomacy.
I would put 1 in diplomacy. You don't need
Hey, you could have used your favorite class bonus.
So, she'll look at you and smile and she'll be like, yeah, 20% off. That sounds real good. You're a smart guy, yeah. Let's go with that. 20% off. That's pretty fair. You know, I think that's generous.
That is generous, my good woman. You are indeed correct, and I apologize for trying to hustle any better deal from you. You are being more than generous. And then I guess we'll buy some Cure Light Wounds potions and some fever bark.
Is she visibly like inebriated in some way, shape, or form, or is that just how she talks?
She's definitely
Abner,
stoned.
roll what?
Yeah,
I was trying to be polite more than if she
she's
ripped out of her
on
gourd.
something. If not marijuana, something.
Please don't say perception.
Roll a sense motive, or a knowledge nature if you have that.
I can do both of those. I'll pretend I was there. Sense motive, or you said knowledge nature.
Oh, snap crackle! I know what she's on.
I'll do sense motive. Let's see if
Okay.
I know better. I do know better.
Oh my gosh, you do.
Okay. So Alüna has a 25, Abner has a 3, and Krimit has a natural 20 for a 23. So you can tell from her demeanor that she's definitely not necessarily in her right mind. And if you were to ask around, they would tell you that she likes to experiment with her stuff, like, on herself. And a lot of what she ends up coming up with kind of has a hallucinogenic effect. So she's just constantly, like, in this state of stupor at all of the different stuff that she imbibes. One being these different things that she makes from the secretions of these jungle spiders. People would also warn you that maybe be a little bit careful about what you get from her. Nothing malicious, but sometimes the stuff that she prepares might have a chance of containing some of those hallucinogenic ingredients. Not on purpose.
So Abner couldn't haggle with the NPC that definitely eats Tide Pods.
Basically.
I am the best merchant
Basically.
that has ever existed ever in the history of ever. Yeah, 20% sounds good, man. I quit. I can't even beat the stoned halfling at negotiating.
Yep. So she has 3 of the Cure Light Wounds potions. The
How
Fever
much
Bark
wounds?
will just say that we'll just count that if you get any of the potions because there's no like gold value to that. So
Okay.
we'll just say that you get some of that.
Buy
Did
one
you
potion,
want
get
to?
a handful of wood free.
Yeah, basically.
Here's some free wood.
Yeah. So I don't know if you actually wanted to buy any of those potions, but she has 3 of those available.
Why are you licking me?
Yes, the potions are 40 gold each.
So, I feel like Miyabe would just kind of walk up to the counter and he'd just put like all of his coins on the counter and be like, "How many of these do you need?"
Maybe Miyabe's more my speed as far as capitalism goes. Maybe he's the one I should be negotiating.
You need to just go back to his home country.
So
or
Right.
yeah.
she'll count out the she'll kind of like one by one she'll be like 1 2 3 4 and she'll like do that for a very long time until she gets the 120 gold for the potion.
I would say I was going to try to do that, but I guarantee I can't even see up to the counter. So I'm
yeah.
not going to.
Alüna watching, like she's doing it slowly enough that she's not trying to like she's just
But they take
having a
care of
good
each
day.
other. they and Alüna. Different kinds.
Yep.
Of
All right, so yep, so you will pick up 3 Cure Light Wounds potions and then
Well,
some of this tonic.
I only have enough to buy 2 myself.
Okay.
So I just bought 1 and put it on my character sheet.
Okay.
Miyabe would totally buy 1 for Alüna.
Okay.
So Josh, you can mark 1 off there and I'll mark that off.
Yep.
Was that
Man.
using the 50 gold piece credit that we have, or no? Or is that just your straight money, Jason?
So I had money and then we got 25 gold, right?
Yes.
Just like a flat 25. That's including
Correct.
just the 25 gold. I didn't do anything with the credit.
Okay, so we're adding that to our sheets. All right.
Yeah, so you guys could split that up and say you each got 25 gold from the 100. And then you don't have the 50 yet. You'd have to actually go to the counting house to get that with the letter of credit.
Yeah, so I had like 90 some gold worth with that 25, so I just marked off 80 gold to get those 2 potions.
She only had 3, right?
Yes. Yep.
So I took 1 and I gave 1 to Alüna, so there's still 1 left.
I can't afford one without the credit, so go ahead, Brandon, if you want to buy the 3rd one. I'm broke. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but wizards do not start with a lot of money.
I will.
You don't say.
That's my ammo money, but we're gonna gamble it. So all right, so I'm down to 9 gold.
Can't shoot things if you're dead.
I could use pebbles, remember?
That's true. All
Well,
right.
my friendly amphibian, it just so happens while I may not know much about the firearm itself, I have procured the magic by which we can make our own bullets.
I think we're gonna get along.
We were gonna get along famously, my good frog.
I want to be famous.
I'm sure you do, and Abner will walk towards the counting house.
I don't even know if my character has teeth. I guess not. They're kind of gums, but he just kind of smiles, I guess.
Oh man, that's a disturbing.
Like the rough pants. I mean, for a frog, I don't think he's got teeth. He smiles like a frog would smile. You ever seen one smile?
I've never seen a
I
frog
haven't.
smile.
Neither have I, but just pretend.
No, we can't hear you, Josh.
Yeah, he's
Session got
absolutely losing his mind over there because he doesn't know why we can't hear him.
Oh, this is great. Let's keep going.
I don't know. The roleplay is going so smooth without him. You know.
So I guess Abner walks off, so he leaves.
That the good sheriff gave us, and then he's gonna walk over there because he can't afford anything anyway without that credit.
Can y'all hear
did
me
we
now?
have-
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
I don't know why. Sometimes my mic says it's on, and it's got the recording light like it's on, everything's on, and it just doesn't work. I don't know why. But
It's probably user error.
Because we have a button on our side that we push to keep you muted.
Well, maybe. I was just saying, though, it's a shame if I had it given away a whole platinum, I'd have enough to afford an antitoxin, which would have been really nice.
I'm sure that won't be necessary.
Well, wait a minute. How many is a silver piece? 10 of them makes a gold piece, right?
Yes.
yes.
So I have 37 gold pieces.
I mean, like, I had enough that I could have bought an anti-plague or antitoxin instead of one of those cure light wounds.
Well, if we pulled the rest of your money and the rest of mine, can we get both?
I have 1 platinum, 4 silver, 6 copper.
All right, so just
So that's
take 3
like
more
10
gold
more
pieces
gold.
off of yours.
Okay, so I will go from 1 platinum to 7 gold.
And based on the information that we gathered, Sarah, I'll roll a gather information check if you want. Do we want the anti-plague or the antitoxin?
It's really a toss-up, you know.
It is a toss-up,
Yes.
yeah.
I feel so. Here's my thinking. Miyabe wouldn't be smart enough to.
I think
this.
toxin is my thought right away.
I think toxin
think
because we've got the bark for like malaria.
Right.
So I think poisons would be more immediately.
I think the same thing, but I'll go ahead and roll the check just because Aluna's out of her element a little bit.
Yeah, that probably would be the general consensus.
Okay, if she asks around. So I'll spend the rest of my gold. I've got 8 copper to my name. I now am in fact pennied, and I will go ahead
Okay.
and grab that potion. Is a potion of antitoxin? Yeah.
Antitoxin
It's
is
a
just an
vial.
alchemical item. It's
Yeah.
not a potion. It's just an
Like a
alchemical-
vial of it.
Yeah.
So with the cure light wounds potions, when you guys use those, let me know. Remind me.
Will do.
Y'all are gonna taste colors.
I'll put a little note.
Yeah.
The
All
cure light
right.
wounds
So
spontaneously becomes inflict light wounds.
Abner is heading to the counting house. Are the rest of you just following him, or are you going off to the other places yourselves?
Miyabe has no idea what credit is, so he doesn't really care
Excellent.
about that.
Okay.
So I mean, like, I feel like Miyabe would probably just like once we've bought all this items, he would want to like set up a meet, like maybe the gate or something, and just have everybody meet up there, and he'd just start heading in that direction. and
Alüna
wait.
would be with him. She knows what credit is, but doesn't care what credit is.
Okay.
For as far as she's concerned, Abner could have the rest of the 50. They got what they needed.
I guess I'm just gonna follow Dinosaur Slayer.
Miyabe. Okay, so Abner's going off on his own.
Sure.
Split the party.
Split the party already. We haven't even left the
Classy.
city yet.
And then
Okay.
a fire breaks out of the counting house, and there's a safe situation. You all have to work together. Unfortunately, there's only one of you.
So you would head to the counting house, and you walk in, and there's nobody at the counter, but there's a little bell. So you ring the bell, and a few seconds pass by, and then you hear some shuffling come from the back, and you see this old woman, appears to be a human woman, come walking forward, and she goes, "Oh, my apologies. These old bones don't move as fast as they used to. What can I do for you, my dear boy?"
Abadar's blessings, young lady. I've got here a credit note given by your fine sheriff that I would like to redeem.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Here, let me see. Are you by chance a follower of Abadar yourself?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yes, ma'am.
I see you have good taste then. Abadar's blessing on you as well. She'll take the paper from you and she'll read over it and she'll say, "Oh, you're going to Fort Breakthrough, are you?"
Yes, ma'am, that's our intention.
So she'll kind of take the note and she'll start shuffling to the back, and after a few minutes she'll shuffle forward with a small coin purse, and she'll put it on the counter and say, I hate to ask this of you, but if you're heading to Fort Breakthrough, would you be able to check on my assistant? Her name is Quinn Vanicus. She went to the fort to do a short tour of duty, and she hasn't come back when she was supposed to. And as you can tell, I don't operate well around here without my assistance. If you would be willing to see what has happened to her, should the worst have happened, if you could bring her body back, I would give you 20 gold to check in on what's gone on at the fort.
Is her body linked to the 20 gold? If I find her body and I'm unable to procure her remains, but I bring back word of her demise, would I still be paid?
Of course, yeah, that's not contingent. I mean, if she's alive and well, then any news on her would give you the 20 gold, but,
Well, Abadar hoping she's alive and well, but I'm just trying to understand your request.
Of course, I would never cheat you out of information. If you have any information at all, I would appreciate it, and it would be worth every penny. Every copper. I don't know what a penny is.
What was her name again, my fine lady?
Quinn Vanicus.
Quinn Vandicus. Well, I will certainly endeavor to find her, or locate information about her whereabouts.
I do appreciate it. I can't stand the thought of a loyal servant of Abadar being alone in the untamed reaches of this savage place.
Absolutely, I understand.
Yep, so, check on the fort, check on the assistant for 20 gold, gather herbs. The herbs, she just said that she would give you a reward.
Yeah,
so,
a reward. Who knows? Maybe it's some of the herbs.
Yep. Alright, so, you could choose to check out the smithy or the emporium, or you can just head out. It's up to you.
The emporium. Phil Josh Brain, what's an emporium?
That's like the general goods store.
Okay.
Like a
that's
flea
where
market.
the
an
non-magical supplies would be.
Like an actual emporium. Gotcha.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, we can check
Also
there,
serves as the post office.
but we don't have any more money. Same thing with the smithy. I could use myself
I mean-
to work buckler, but
I've still got 7 gold if you needed something else.
I don't need anything else. Even if I did, there's nothing. There's
I mean,
nothing for 10
yeah,
gold or less.
Miyabe's good. He's got all the weapons he needs, the armor he needs. He's got like the basic stuff like rope and grappling hook and torches and stuff. So I think I'm good to go.
I think I'm very good to go. I've got an antitoxin in case one of the party members gets sick. I can deliver that. We've got a potion of Cure Light Wounds for 3 of us, which is Miyabe, Alüna, and Abner? Question mark? Or
Abner said he didn't have the money for the third potion, I think.
I have the third one.
so Krimit
Yeah.
has it.
Krimit bought it. The only thing that I would possibly want, Sarah, would be another pound of lead or tin or some soft metal if it's available at either the smithy or the... I mean, smithy would probably be the best bet for something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You can make alloys with tin, can't you? That's a thing, right?
Yeah, you mix tin with
Bronze? Copper?
Copper, yeah.
Copper.
One of those.
Look, in my RuneScape days, tin and copper makes bronze.
Makes bronze, there you go.
Good man. Good man. Good game. Okay. So you want to
that's-
check out the smithy?
Yeah,
To see if you
I'll
can-
go over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Alloys?
All right. So you head to the. Whoop. What was that, Josh?
Oh, just alloys are cool. Like, as a concept, the combination of metals.
All right, so you head to the smithy, and you would be greeted by a half-elf man who's, pounding away on the anvil as you approach. And he would kind of stop, and he would say, "Good morning to you. What can I do for you?"
Does he have a crossbow pointed at me?
He does not have a crossbow pointed at you.
Definitely single
boy.
customers.
Abner, now that's how you negotiate.
Well,
It's high noon.
good morning to you, good sir. I don't think the crossbow is necessary. I only wanted to come by and inquire as to whether or not you had any soft metals that I might procure for myself. I'm looking to get about a pound of tin or lead or some other soft metal. Would you have anything like that available?
Yeah. I'm sorry about the crossbow. It's not loaded. It's just a precaution. You never know what kind of people you can get around here. He'll set that down.
Yeah, certainly aren't going to gain customers pointing crossbows at them.
Well, I was just showing off my fine craftsmanship. It's a
Well,
nice
fine
looking
it is
crossbow.
indeed. That is a fine-looking crossbow.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
do appreciate it if I say so myself. Yeah, sure. What did you say? You needed some metal? I've got some of that, so he would be able to give you whatever metal you need.
For the rest of your gold pieces.
Yeah. I think it was like a pound is 2 gold or something like that.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so I don't know how much you were planning on buying, but he would be able to supply you a reasonable amount. I mean, up to...
Just like maybe 2 pounds.
Okay, yeah, he could give you 2 pounds. It's like may I ask what you're using all this metal for? Are you in the smithing business yourself? And he kind of starts giving you a look like, are you here to take over my job?
Well, sir, I am most certainly not in the smithing business. I don't know if my frame gives it away, but I have never swung a hammer in my life. I actually practice the more arcane arts, and I use these metals to make myself ammunition for this here firearm.
Well, that's the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. Can I take a look at that?
Oh, absolutely. I'm more than happy to let you look at it.
Bang, bang, bang!
Abner is now dead.
Accidentally discharges the weapon. It ricochets off of all the stone in the building.
I don't know how Abner had a quad barrel gun, but that was ridiculous.
I didn't know you could get those.
Well, I have to say, this is fine craftsmanship indeed. I might have to chat with you some more about this. Do you have time today to talk about this?
Oh, well, I am joining some recently acquired acquaintances and venturing into the wilds to visit, I believe you call it Fort... well, at the moment I can't remember what the name of the fort is, but we are sallying forth in order to check on that fort. So I don't have a lot of time today, but I'd be more than happy to discuss this fine piece of equipment when I return.
You owned a Fort Breakthrough, then? Is that what you're saying?
Ah, yes, that's the name of it. Fort Break something.
He'll hand the crossbow back to you, and he'll say, "Listen, I don't mean to put more work on you. I don't know what you're heading to the fort for, but I sent a shipment there not too long ago, and I never received payment for it. Was 10 swords and 144 crossbows. If you could talk to them there and see if you can get, the payment for it. I'm expecting 95 gold. If you can get that payment, or if they don't want the supplies anymore, if you could bring that back. Listen, I'm not a charity here. I know they need the ammunition and the swords, but I can't work for free. So, if you come across it, if you could find that stuff for me, I'll give you a 10% discount on any future purchases if you're able to do this for me."
Well, sir, I do like the cut of your jib, so I would be more than happy to help you acquire your payment for your fine work. I will see what can be done.
I appreciate it, and I look forward to when you get back, and maybe we can chat more about this machinery that you've got here. It's quite impressive.
I would only ask that perhaps you take this crossbow back and hand me my firearm there, and I'll be on my way.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a slip of the hand. Totally unintentional. Here, you can.
Well, it
you can
certainly
have
happens. I didn't find any malice in your behavior. I'm sure your mind was elsewhere, but I will do my best to acquire your nascent payment.
Well, surely,
Much obliged.
like the min-maxer I am, realizing that there's a side quest at each of these, Alüna's going to go to the Emporium. You might as well accept them all.
It only took you 3 out of 4 to pick up on that.
Well, I didn't see the exclamation points on the map here, so I was confused by
Yeah,
that.
I thought they would glow yellow, but that was weird.
We're playing on legendary mode where all the HUD stuff is gone, so
Oh,
it's
that makes
very roguelike.
Yeah.
Oh, all the quests were probably in that white space originally, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, probably like detailed
there's-
out so we could see them.
There's a lot of other stuff down there now.
You see a courier run up and says, "I have a letter for you.
Joke
Your
is on
eyes
you.
only."
Are those stars, or are you worshipping Satan there? Because Asmodeus has that same upside down star as his unholy symbol.
Okay, so you'll head to the Emporium and you'll walk in and see. Actually,
No, I don't actually go there.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Unless
We should, but
Completionists.
we never called it, so.
yeah, unless Krimit had a reason. Like we really don't have anything more to buy that we need. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's nothing my character really needs to. He's just following around the big hulking protective man.
Unless the sheriff told us to go there,
Yeah.
I don't think we probably would.
Correct. Unless you
I think she
Uh,
told us to ask around, but
right.
Yes, she suggested, but she didn't. She personally suggests that you go to those places and speak to them, but you didn't have to.
Well, in that case, yeah, that's enough direction.
we were told.
Yeah.
I mean,
And she
might as
suggested
well.
we go there.
Okay, so you will go to the Emporium. Okay. So you walk into the Emporium and you hear some noises coming from the back room, and it doesn't appear that anybody has heard you enter.
Make my presence known. What kind of noises do I hear?
Just like shuffling noises and things being moved and footsteps.
I take a moment to inspect the wares. Is there anything that stands out as something that we might actually want now that we're here?
Looking around, it's really just odds and ends, non-magical supplies. So you'd get farm tools are there, cooking pots and pans, and backpacks and things like that.
No, I don't think I need any of that stuff. Okay. And no,
And then you leave.
and then I leave. But nobody says anything to her or whoever. Who all's there? Who's there with me?
Miyabe would probably.
I would have followed with you guys, so we went in. Does she say anything, or is she just in the back?
She's in the back.
Straight up, Alüna just pulled the, "Can we help you find anything?" "No, I'm just browsing," and then left. Like,
I work retail.
Yes.
I know that pain.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just browsing.
Oh, that makes me so uncomfortable. I hate doing that to people. I always
Well-
get pressured into buying stuff.
Yeah, that's great. You shouldn't.
No,
give into
it's
that pressure,
awful.
But it's good for me who sells things.
Right.
I guess I just gotta speak up. Hello?
What? There's somebody here? Cassia, the door! Oh, wait. You're dead. And then this lady comes shuffling out. She's like, sorry about that. I thought that Cassia was going to get you, but I forgot she died. And left me here to deal with all the customers. What a pain. Anyway, what can I do for you?
So was that Sarah forgetting that somebody's dead, or was that her actually thinking somebody was dead?
That was in character.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're here. We're gonna go to check on the fort, and it was highly suggested that we come visit your establishment to see if there's any information you can give us.
Well, who would have told you to do that?
The sheriff?
Oh, would she now have? Oh, typical. Typical of Adela. Listen. It just so happens that I do actually need something delivered. If you didn't know, this is kind of the post office here, so... Man, this accent just started to come out and I'm going with it,
It's
so
great. I
it is
love
what it is.
Yeah,
It's not how it started. Yeah, so I have this parcel here that I've got to send to the Widowwill farmstead, which is on the way to the fort, and if you would do me a favor, they need some of these supplies for their farm, and yeah, if you'd be willing to take it with you, I can give them the supplies to you in my handy haversack, and you could borrow that for a while if you need to use it.
That's mildly convenient of you.
Well, what can I
Sure.
say? In modules, you get side quests. This is a side quest. Take it or leave it.
Well, I accept.
Ding, 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 ding.
I can't carry this. And, sir, I kind of like tug at your loincloth or whatever you have, Miyabi. I'm not sure what's...
He's wearing hide armor, so...
Oh, I tug on the hide armor. Hello?
Yes, what can I do for you?
Can you carry these things? They probably weigh as much as I do.
Of course I can.
It weighs 5 pounds.
You'd be surprised how much I weigh.
How much you can carry.
So she gave us a handy haversack, you say?
Yeah,
Yep.
I will mark that on my sheet.
that's awesome.
And
Wow. I got 10% off from the blacksmith. Sure, that'll come in huge handy as a wizard.
we got like
I
a
mean-
super powerful magical item, actually.
You're currently holding the 50 gold you got from the counting house, so...
Yeah, how much is a haversack?
A lot.
250,
Can I buy one
yeah,
for 50 gold?
2,500?
No.
Is that right? No.
No, no.
No, it's 2,000.
hey, Abner, look what I haggled for. With my looks alone.
Well, you are an adorable amphibian.
Great. So with that, we set out first to the farm.
Yeah, and so,
Oh, well,
For
bye,
accepting
Mira, and
a
I
deal-
hope you find your dead person. He walks out.
Hope you find your dead.
So for accepting Adela's offer to check out the fort, you are awarded 600 XP. And then you are awarded
150
200 XP for each of the NPCs that you talked with, for a
Oh, goodness.
total of 800 XP.
So another 200?
Brings us up to 300
just
already.
Just got 400 XP for you guys
We are-
for going to the count house and to the blacksmith.
Well, I
Yeah.
haggled for more
Enjoy.
items and more XP, so...
Wait,
there you
no,
go.
it's
450.
800 total, right?
We're at 800. We're at 450 each.
Oh, 450 each. Wow, that's a lot.
Should we be tracking that, or are you tracking that?
I am tracking that.
Okay,
He's tracking it, but I'm also tracking it.
cool.
Yeah. I
I've
love how we're
basically
getting
been in
experience.
Session 1 with nothing else on it yet.
I love
That's
how
what
we're
I'm
getting
tracking.
experience just for taking the quests. I wish all RPGs were like that. It's
Some
just like
are.
just
Some
taking
are.
the
I played-
quest,
I
you
played
got
one
the
like that.
experience.
They'll give you like
Man, you
like-
could level up
yeah.
so fast without doing anything.
Yeah.
Some are, you could just have the same conversation loops with the character and they keep awarding you XP for telling you the same things.
Yeah.
Right. That's not a bug at all.
Brave adventurer,
So-
join me on my quest to aid in the conquest of this nation. Sure, I accept. And you just do it over and over and over.
50, 50, 50, 50, 50
Yeah.
XP.
Or it's like in Fable when you get to the point where you need to either get gold or disappoint the people, and you just do the cheat where you can get infinite gold and then everybody's happy and you save the kingdom. Haha, I did that every time.
Who doesn't?
That's the dumb thing about that game is you can just like blacksmith a billion swords and save the world.
Yep.
That sounds like a great storyline, if you ask me. Tale of the Blacksmiths.
I hear
All
like
right,
Eye of the
so-
Tiger playing.
So we go south out of
Yeah.
this gate here.
It's Ire the tiger.
Southeast out of
Wow, that was on par with Frampton.
Ire of the Tiger.
Ire of the Tiger.
Wow.
Do you
Was-
regret this yet, Sarah?
New
That was
module
great.
title.
Ire of the Tiger.
Ire of the
What was
Tiger.
that?
Yeah,
3
great.
days ago.
Yep. So as you guys head out, it'll be probably around 3-ish hours. You said like 12 miles to get to where you are trying to go.
The farm.
And
The farm is a lot
Yeah, the
closer.
farm is on the way, right?
yeah, the farm's probably about halfway.
Is there
So
anything
you
there
guys
or is
are-
it just here's a letter.
Yeah, no, it was basically like you're just delivering supplies to them.
Okay.
It's like you're playing Mountain Blade, and it's like, if you ever see this noble, please deliver this letter for me. Like, all right, sure.
Yeah,
all right.
basically.
We do so.
Sorry, I'm just trying to change the ambience, and of course I can't
But
find what I'm looking
unfortunately, their farm is now infested with ghouls.
Oh.
And
Ooh, that's a callback.
Wrong RP.
yeah, the
Not a
the
flayed skin! Not a flayed skin!
for. Yeah, no.
that'd be
Every farm I've ever
Um,
gone to in an AP has had an ambush, so I'm surprised this was just a safe journey.
farms are dangerous places in Galarian.
They are. Actually, we have gone to so much farmland in our one AP, and it's all been all been super dangerous. It's pretty crazy.
So you guys would notice as you head out that the clouds start to get darker, and coming in from the ocean is a rainstorm. So it does start to rain as you guys head south, and you stop by the farmland and talk with the humans there, and they offer to you that if you need a place to stay on your way back, that you're welcome to stay at their house overnight if it's late when you're heading back. And basically the condition was that you deliver the supplies to them, but you were able to hold on to the handy haversack for the time being, so you can use that for your own things if you need to.
Okay.
So after a couple of hours, you can see the fort coming in the distance. And the first thing that stands out to you is the gate. So the shattered remains of a heavy wooden door lie strewn across this opening in the log walls. Several of the flinders are trampled into the dirt. Some pieces of wood still remain attached to large metal hinges at the side of the exposed entrance. And let me pop us over here
This is not a
and
good
make
sign.
sure.
I got a bad feeling, Abe.
I can't say anything
Let me
with
get
all your
us
gargantuans
here.
standing in front of me.
No one can see anything. We are in the black.
They certainly could use a carpenter to help fix their entrance.
I have dark vision, Sarah. Why can't I see anything?
You should be able to see some things.
Oh, we gotta scroll down.
You
Apparently
gotta
don't have
scroll
that.
down.
Yeah,
Smart.
you bottom left.
Whoa! I'm so big.
Oh my
Large
goodness!
person.
Boom!
Multiple times.
I'm a
He ain't
need you
gonna
to
fit.
fix that.
Oh my goodness, me too. That is the biggest frog you've ever seen.
Oh no!
Oh no! Wait, you're not a medium creature, are you, Krimit?
No, he's
I'm
small.
small.
Yeah.
I should be tiny based on logical standpoint, but I am.
Yeah, the height range there doesn't make sense.
Because we discussed that in the other game there with
Yep.
Jason's other character.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're not an actual
I don't want this.
giant or a large creature, so.
No, I'm medium as well.
Plot twist: I am a giant.
Just a small one, but I do happen to have a large square token.
I'm glad to see that my hit points are below everyone else's. large man, please stand in front of me at all times.
You are a wizard, after all.
This works out because Krimit identifies as a giant, so
There you go.
I would stay large.
I see no problem with this.
All right, so you approach. You can see that the gate has been kind of torn down a bit.
Sarah, I do need you to resize me. I can't do it myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you guys to go smaller.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
no,
I see
I was waiting
that's
for you.
impossible.
Hey, there I am. Can you actually make
That's
mine
my
smaller
bad.
than that?
Whoa,
Where
what
did I
happened
go?
there? Wait,
Where did I go?
Wait, where did Miyabe go?
off the map?
I don't know.
Well, he
I
died
don't
fast.
know.
He vanished. I declare.
I don't.
Where are you?
I can't see. I can't select anything
Can you just drag another one of your
in
tokens?
the darkness.
Which direction did you
He
go?
went
I don't
south.
know. I just flew off into nowheres.
Yeah, you can just grab a new one.
Clearly,
Come back.
Miyabe is
Oh.
a wizard who
So
knows
clearly he's just meant to
invisibility.
be big, I think.
Yeah.
It's the situation.
Abner
We're
would
gonna
understand the
stumble
reference. He rode
across-
off to the sunset.
Yeah, your duplicate's gonna show up somewhere.
I'm
Mirror
already
image
selecting the
copy.
whole map, and I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, I
don't know.
can't see him anywhere, so that's
Well, whatever.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, Miyabe will go to the front, and he'll take the lead. With
Okay.
his hammer, obviously, out at the ready.
Obviously. Okay.
Obviously.
And he will quietly, stealthily walk his way up to the gate. Maybe there, I guess.
Okay. All right, so roll a stealth check. The rest of you are just watching.
I kind of lean over to Josh. How do you say your character's name's?
Alüna.
Alüna. Alüna, is he gonna be okay by himself?
He will be alright, I promise you that.
That's good. I don't know if it's a good time to tell you guys. I've actually never been into an altercation before.
Kinda like,
Well, that's certainly not true. You were involved in the altercation at the docks. You helped that rotund man up off the floor.
You're right. I did. Okay, this will be my second altercation.
Oh, well then you are a battle-hardened veteran at this point.
I do not know about that, but I think you will do well, little one.
With your moral support, what could go wrong?
That is right. Look to the stars. Be proud.
Krimit looks up. It's daylight.
Abner busts a gut laughing.
So,
I think I was not supposed to take that literally.
Miyabe, you walk through the opening of this and you're stepping over the remains of this gate that used to stand in the entrance of the fort. And you look into the entrance here and you can see across this wide, muddy courtyard there are 3 buildings that cling to the sides of the fort's interior walls. Those to the southwest and the east are sealed tight, while the door to the building in the northwest is slightly ajar. A well squats near the northeastern end of the courtyard, while a fence between the southwestern and northwestern buildings form a simple animal pen. 2 human bodies, quickly decaying in the tropical sun, lie in the mud, one with a spear poking out from its chest. And you would also see that helping themselves to these bodies are 3 small creatures. Actually, I think technically tiny creatures.
They're like little velociraptors.
Ooh, Look at these things.
How big are they,
Yeah,
Sarah?
I've got a picture in just. Huh?
How big are they?
What are they?
He's-
How big are they?
She's about to blow it up for us.
They are tiny. Yeah. Hold on.
Hey, you know what that means? They gotta get into your square to attack ya. That's a finger.
I more or less just wanted to see what their actual height was, because I was going to laugh if they were actually still taller than me, being tiny.
I think you're technically small, so they're smaller than you are.
Yeah, I'd look at their height before I say that.
I too would look at
As
their
you walk
height.
in. I don't know if it says.
Whoever rolls monster lore off the bat, just ask for their
Typical
height. We don't need to know anything else. No, but like DR abilities, just what's their height?
What's their height? That's gonna help.
Typical height or length is 1 to 2 feet, so they're probably comparable to you.
Or taller.
Yes. Well, they,
Yeah,
okay,
he,
so they
he
could
should
be a
definitely be a tiny creature.
He should
The sizing for Gripply is off.
Yeah. Can we just make him a tiny creature?
Yeah.
It's not going to affect the balance of the game too much, is it?
Yeah, just give me
Probably
another
a
plus
little
1 to
bit.
AC and a
And-
plus 1 to my attack. Sure, why not?
Well, you have to be on the same square to attack things too. So it's actually
With a gun,
kind of
though?
a big disadvantage.
With a gun?
Oh, that's right. Obviously.
So with that, Miyabe, as you're stepping through this gate, your foot hits one of the pieces of wood, and it crashes to the not crashes, but it hits up against the wall and makes a noise. And these 3 creatures, their heads pop up and they stare right at you. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll for initiative. And Miyabe, you will act in a surprise round.
Okay, that's the thing is, I'm so used to playing Vicket, whose stealth is naturally plus 24. Like 16's not bad for first level, but when you're used to playing somebody who regularly gets 40 to 60 on stealth rolls, oof.
Right.
I didn't even know how you roll.
I'll need help, by the way, because I forgot. So normally when I prepare spells, I just have a separate tab. But since I'm running the stream today, I might have to rely on someone to... I know what spells I have prepared, but I don't have the text. And y'all have to fix that.
Oh, you mean just to look up what the spells are?
Yeah, when I cast it.
I thought you meant to track your spells. I'm just like, I mean, you could just get a piece of paper to do that.
Don't ask too much there.
What's paper? I don't understand.
Jason, can you just track his spells on the XP sheet you got there?
Josh, what spells you got? I got it.
Okay, so in the surprise round, they're going to go first.
Yeah, you little stinkers.
So loud.
Yeah.
Music. You gotta turn that down a little bit.
Sorry,
You can do it in the thing.
Yeah,
you can do it in the thing.
Yeah, I got it.
I can turn down the master volume.
No,
but-
no, don't touch
okay.
the master volume.
You guys don't want to jam?
I'll edit it as necessary.
Jam with my combat music?
Sounds like
Syrinscape
really
is
awesome
best, guys.
for
Yes.
these.
Shout out
Particular
to Syrinscape for providing the audio and ambiance in this AP.
This is not a sponsor, but we
Yeah.
appreciate your work.
No, seriously though, I really do like
I
Syrinscape.
love Syrinscape. When we had
I'm a
it,
music person.
I
and
was
it's so much fun.
skeptical about it, but then we did it for that one encounter during the Rise of the Runelords campaign, and I was like, ooh, this is nice. I want this all the time.
Yeah, I wonder if I probably can't find this on the fly, and I probably shouldn't, but like a dinosaur sound.
They have
I doubt
them.
these little creatures make. I know they do, but it's probably like really loud roaring, and these tiny
Yeah,
creatures likely don't
these-
make.
Oh, these
The
aren't
dinosaur
copies. They just
sounds-
make little squeaks.
Yeah. The dinosaur sounds that you're going to find are not the ones that these things would be
But
making.
otherwise, for the initiative
Probably
orders, we've got Abner with a
Yeah.
20, Krimit Redeye, a Marsh Croaker with a 15, Alüna with a 13, and oh, I missed it, Miyabe having a 9 initiative.
But he goes in the surprise round.
He does get to act in
Oh,
the surprise
yeah.
round, so we move into the first round of combat, and it tosses over to Sam.
I'm sure they
Yes.
rolled lower than a 9.
I'm sure.
No. So they will look up from their feast and see you alive and well. And let me see what their movement is.
Alive and well, and they compliment that you're looking great these days.
So these
Very
right here,
healthy.
Is this difficult terrain or not so much?
We can't hear you, Sarah.
that's difficult
There
terrain.
we
So
go.
we will say that.
Can't help but
Can't hear me?
notice,
Okay.
Jason,
No.
you never put blood splatters on our maps.
Oops, I didn't
Yeah.
do that.
I don't use the
Haha!
I don't use the roll 20 asset.
We want to know why? Because that's a tail sign. Tail sign. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Oh.
So none of his monsters bleed.
Dinosaur sounds.
That was a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dinosaur roar. Did you hear it? Did you hear it?
Could hear it.
Ooh, I know this track. I'm very familiar with this one.
We're going Predator style.
All right, so actually, what they're going to do is they're going to move. Oh, I messed up their movement because I made them small. So they're going to go 5, 10 to here, and then this guy will move 10 feet here, and this guy will move up, and they just start hissing at you. And it is your turn, Miyabe.
Miyabe, I assume that the others are going to either hear or see this, so Miyabe is not going to spend too much time informing them. He's just going to stride forth over here, and with his Earthbreaker, he's going to swing out at this one next to him.
See, he even named his hammer.
No, Earthbreaker is a type of weapon.
Oh, well.
Oh. I'm like, man, everybody's got names for their weapons, but
It
me.
just so happens
like,
to also be something that could be a cool name for a hammer.
like, did you guys
Yeah,
have a meeting
it
or
is.
something?
It's an 18 to
I
hit.
do declare.
All right, so that is a hit on red, and you do 7 points of damage to it.
Bludgeoning. if it
So you
matters.
come down and you almost splat this thing to the floor, but it's still alive and kicking. Actually, you did a 5-foot step.
No, I had to move up there.
Oh,
it's
okay.
difficult
This is a
terrain.
surprise round.
Oh, I forgot we're still in a surprise round. Then, in that case,
He moved
He's
up.
fine.
Yeah.
because I can't charge, I could still do it if I could charge, but difficult terrain means I can't even charge. So in that case, I'll just move.
Right.
there. Never
Okay.
mind.
All right, so
Sad.
that's your turn.
Sad.
You rolled
So,
them on
top
the
of round
damage.
1 of initiative, we have Abner. So you see Miyabe was slowly moving through the gate, and then all of a sudden he picks up his urgency and kind of charges in.
I believe we have ourselves a situation. And then he'll move. Do you have to stop when you enter difficult terrain?
No, it just counts.
No,
as
but it
double.
just, yeah, double.
Yep. Every square of difficult terrain is 10 feet rather than 5 feet.
So I
You
think I can
cannot
get
charge
here.
or run through it.
I think is where I can get.
with your regular movement, one movement.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this is not a surprise round? This is top of the round?
This is top of the round.
This is top of the
So
round.
You can
Yep.
take a shot.
Yep.
If you want.
You can do as you wish.
I will take a shot. Pew pew.
Red, green, or blue.
Who is... Oh, they're all in range. I'm gonna shoot at red.
You'll be
Wait, is
firing
he in
into
combat?
melee. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because they're technically engaged. Alright, green. Green then.
Well, they're tiny, are they?
Yeah, but I still threaten him. I'm pretty sure if either threatens the other,
You're
it
right,
counts
you're
as
right, you're right,
firing
you're right,
into
you're right,
melee.
you're right, you're right.
Pew!
Ooh, that would probably hit regardless of firing into melee rules.
Yeah.
So which one's that at?
Why does that say range 20? Is that right? I thought it was range 40.
No, range
I
is
think
for
for a
pistols
gun
only
it's range 20.
So that's outside your first range increment. So we'll take a -2.
Yeah.
So a 19 against touch AC.
It's not
No,
against touch if it's outside his range. Increment.
Outside the range increment, it's normal AC.
Oh, that's right. I forgot gunslingers work like that. So it's actually a 19 against his regular AC.
Hold on, my camera went bad.
Which I think still hits because Earthbreaker would have hit on an 18.
Yeah. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it still hits, but yeah, it would be 19 against
I was gonna
normal
say,
AC.
that's a heck of a little lizard if it has more than 19 AC.
Then it takes 2 bludgeoning and piercing.
Yeah.
How do spell slingers work? I don't know.
Well,
Josh, is it going to mess you up if I get out and get back in?
No. Assuming you
Okay,
go back
'cause my-
where you were.
All right, my camera died. It's been doing this. Not died, but it just on roll 20 it just quit. So let's see if I can get it to come back.
Maybe it's better that way.
It's probably better that way.
Definitely better that way.
Okay. So 21 against regular AC,
19.
you said?
19.
Oh, 19. That's going to hit. And which one was the same at red?
Green.
Green. Okay, so green, that will hit and do 2 bludgeoning damage.
So just make sure I understood that correctly, Jace. It does take the -2 for being outside of his first range increment, and it doesn't resolve against touch because of the gun thing.
Correct. Guns only resolve against touch in their first range increment.
And that's how you can spend grit points and stuff to make that more or less. Or
A gunslinger can, yeah. Depending on what archetype they have.
Okay. All right, so that was Abner's turn. And next it is their turn.
Woohoo, they rolled decent initiative.
They sure did.
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby. So this one will 5-foot step onto your square. Red's going to step onto your square and try to bite you. And that will be
Probably
a
hits.
3.
Wow,
So
no.
that's not going to hit. And then I think this guy will also, this is going to get crazy. He's going to move. And I think if he moves onto your square, you get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that guy I get an attack of opportunity on.
Okay.
You probably want me to roll again rather than just taking the other one that I had.
Probably.
How many tiny creatures can occupy the same square?
Probably a lot. I'd probably say 4. I
I
don't
think
know.
it's 4. Makes sense.
One for
Yeah,
each
I don't know.
corner. Kinda adds up.
17 will hit for 9 damage against green. And he will die.
Green or red? Earthbreak rules against.
That was green.
I believe I
Hold on, I
loosened
gotta
him
move
up for
everybody
you, my good
aside.
Oh, I
friend.
see. There's
Technically, he dies out there. I don't know why my camera's dead.
because that was
I-
a attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. So he dies out there.
Clearly, the
before he
blood
even
loss
gets
from
a
my shot
chance.
killed him.
Yeah, basically. And then blue will. He wants to protect his food more, so he's just going to stay where he's at right now. Next up is Krimit. Oh, and 1 second. Okay, you're good. Okay, next up is Krimit.
Me.
Yes.
Take it away, Krimit.
Kill him.
I'm moving. Simmer down there.
Yay.
So Krimit's gonna move up next to his buddy, assess the situation,
Okay.
and he pulls out his weaponry, and he is going to help. Maybe, well, we'll see. We shall see. But yeah,
Nope.
Unfortunately, that is going to miss.
A
can I shoot him in the leg?
7 to hit. Will miss.
Why is it a
Hits
seven?
Abner in the foot.
Next up is Alüna.
Yep. So I'm going to take. It's 30 feet to get into the first one, right? 30.
Was that? 5, 10, 15. It'd be 25 feet of movement to get to that first difficult terrain.
25, 35. I can't go 45 and get all the way through, can I?
You'd have to go 45 and then like a 50 to corner around it,
I only
probably.
have 20 movement, unfortunately.
Oh. Then
Yeah, so I
no.
can just double move to get there. And that's it. And I'll pull out a weapon in the process.
Rawr.
And that's that.
Okay. All right. Right. Sorry, something happening with my computer. And the camera's not working. And my Syrinscape just holds die. Please.
We're only in the first combat. It's not a big deal.
I think your computer just can't handle doing all of it at once.
Doing all of what?
I don't know. Whatever you're doing.
I'm not doing anything.
Roll
really.
20. It can't handle roll 20.
Well, when we played on Friday, I had Syrinscape and my camera going and there was no issue, so I don't understand why it just hates me. I don't know. But anyway.
Can't help you. I don't have these problems.
Oh no, something is wrong. The music just came on and was super loud.
Josh,
is
I think you're muted again.
Hey, you know what though?
He looks so defeated.
Hey, you know what though? Talk about level 1 energy. Like, I haven't seen a 9 to hit since Sarah was rolling for Niari.
That's rude. That's very rude. Okay, I'm sorry. So Alüna moved up and you were doing what? You were delaying or something?
He full round moved and then pulled out a weapon as he was moving. Actually, you can't do that.
To do what?
Because your base attack bonus isn't once. Technically, you can't pull
that's
anything
true.
out while you're moving.
Oh, that's true. So I just double move.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then
That's just
bringing it up at the bottom is Miyabe.
He'll 5-foot step forward, and as he does, he'll kind of spin his hammer around and try to hit this thing, and so that it flies into the wall behind him. We'll see if I hit. Maybe a 13 might not do it. I'm not sure.
No, 13 is not going to hit.
That damage would have done it though.
That would have been some nice damage for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
but that's not going to do it. All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Top of round 2 is Abner.
I think it's a standard action to reload my pistol, correct?
I
don't know what
believe
feats you
so.
have.
Did
I
you
don't
take
have any
rapid
that reflect
reload?
that. I did not. So,
Okay.
So yes, I think it's a standard.
standard action.
Yes.
You might want to get rapid reload. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Or he could have
Yeah,
made cartridges.
a one-handed firearm would be a standard action
So
because
move
rapid
action,
reload reduces it to a move action.
Right.
Move here, and then reload the old pistol, and that's my turn.
Wow. Pause. So it really isn't until higher levels that gunslingers become a problem, huh?
No, it's at like level 3 or 5.
Yeah. Because right here, like it's as good as a crossbow, and you're like, this tends to be a
It's
last
just touch
resort.
AC though too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a crossbow that hits against touch AC though.
Right. Which is good. Still very good.
So that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Next up is their turn. So
The
one of them
camera's
is
back.
dead.
Hey, Sarah's camera's back.
Is it? Ah!
You're back.
Oh, hey.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I'm like trying to solve the world's problems while you're GMing. All right. So red guy is because you moved closer to its food, Miyabe. So he's going to step into your square and try to bite you again.
Nom, nom.
Hopefully, I can
No.
hit a natural 20.
I mean, you don't have to roll too high to hit me.
14.
Wow, you actually still missed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
AC 15.
Oh man. And then this blue guy is going to charge up to Abner.
Provoking
Oh.
attack of opportunity.
Flavor
But win.
charge or real charge?
I don't think you can't provoke with a melee or a ranged weapon, can you?
That's why I said, but wait.
Oh, I see.
He would
All
use
right.
a different feat.
Are you
So-
flavor charging or?
That was real charging.
Okay,
Can
so plus
can
2.
they real charge?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
assume
I don't know.
so.
Why not?
I can't see why not.
And my camera's frozen.
It's
Nice.
fine. Just let it be.
It's just forget about the camera.
I just would rather not be frozen in a weird spot. Okay.
Don't worry,
so,
you're dead. You're good.
5.
hits.
Oh wait, no, 7. I'm sure that hits. So they try to bite out at you, but it's just to no avail. That was their turn, and next up is Krimit.
Okay. Krimit does have rapid reload,
Ooh.
so he will reload.
Ooh.
And then
Fancy.
will attempt to try to shoot the same one again. It's my hobby. 'Cause, yep.
Miyabi? Okay.
I just realized that my volume was low for the music.
I also have the component on to increase my range by 10, so it's a 30 range increment for me at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. What's your misfire range at the moment?
Oh, it's a 2.
Nice.
Nice. It got dangerously close with that 4 earlier. Oh, but there it is.
I think I might have hit him that time.
We need
Yeah,
a
I
gun
think so.
sound for sure.
4 damage.
So that was against blue or red? I'm sorry.
I think it's red, the one that's under Miyabi.
Miyabi is against
right.
red, so
So 4 damage to red as you fire off. Unfortunately, not a misfire, but maybe someday.
Oh, well, we'll get there, don't you?
Next up,
Get them. Yeah, all right, I got him.
next up
Kind
is Alüna.
did that kill the one that I was on me or no?
No,
Oh, did that one not get hit yet?
that one has not gotten hit yet.
Because we retconned my damage, right?
Yeah, because you're a cheater.
Yeah, we're good.
So 20. She'll double move to there.
Alrighty. So you double move to get next to your buddy.
Yep.
And bottom of round 2 is Miyabe.
He will step to the side and take one more swing at this thing, trying to hit it in the opposite direction of Alüna.
Okay.
No.
An 11.
It's an 11,
11
an 11 to
is-
hit.
Going to miss, but that damage would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yet again. First level damage in 15 is crazy.
Crazy.
Alright, top of round 3 is Abner.
Do you have power attack? Jeez.
No,
Not yet.
I do not have it yet.
Don't worry, my compatriots. I will handle this little fella over here. 5 foot step back.
Okay.
Is that a question?
And fire my pistol at it.
Okay.
Do you have point blank shot?
Do I need point blank shot?
No, you don't need it, but you get a bonus. I didn't know if you had it or not.
Oh, no, I do not.
This is definitely against touch AC, though. Unfortunately, tiny creatures, their touch AC is probably not that far off from their normal AC now that I think about it.
Hey.
That will hit for 4 damage against blue.
A 15.
He is still up, though. And it is his turn.
How dare he?
Actually, I've been doing red first, so I'll do red first. So red will go after you, Miyabe, because you're the one that's been pestering him. So he will step into your square. And big money 3. And he's going to miss. This guy will step onto Abner's square. And
12.
5. I don't know if I've rolled double digits in this combat. So, real great. Doing a lot of damage to you guys. It's been real fun. Next up is Krimit.
So, let's see here. So Krimit is going to go to move. So I can't 5 foot step. So I'm going to use a move action to reload, and then I'm going to use my second move action to move up. Krimit starts running up, and he's like, "I'll help you, Abner." And as he does, he trips over some of the debris and falls flat on his face.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
All right.
He is prone.
I love it. Next up is Alüna.
Is there a prone thing?
I think we usually just do the
Tread? No, not
the
tread.
guy with arrows in his back or the hurting back.
No, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Back pain. Yeah.
Gosh, I feel like I'm 15.
It's probably pretty old for a Gripply.
It is. I'm only 14. I'm only 14. FYI.
What is the Gripply to human years? It's like one Gripply year is
I gotta check.
15 human
I
years.
think. I'll tell you guys in a second for some trivia here.
It's my turn and you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. I am going to go ahead and take a bit of a risk and use the aid another action instead of casting guidance. I'm going to try to hit a DC 10 to give Miyabe a +2 on his next attack roll. I guess we could set up flanking too, actually. So I'll 5-foot step.
I mean, you could. It doesn't matter. I can 5-foot step into flanking no matter what you do.
No matter what I do. But I'll 5-foot step anyway and go ahead and see if we can't get a +4. Because aid another and flanking stack with each other.
Yeah, they're different bonuses.
So I do. Ignore
Okay,
the damage.
so you
Okay.
aid me.
Okay, good to know. All right, next up is Miyabe at the bottom of round 3.
He'll step back here. He'll put on flanking. I'll have to create a buff for aid another. So this will be 2 higher than whatever I roll because I don't have something for aid another. But
Okay.
wow, natural 3.
Wow.
Dude,
Oof.
you just take my touch AC shots and I can take your damage.
You had
against
a +4 on top of your regular everything.
Jason and I are rolling in the single digits tonight. It's just
I
a
had-
contest
I had a
of single digits.
-1 and I rolled better than you. That's so sad.
What
Yeah.
are the point of all those muscles if you can't hit anything?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
All right, so that's gonna miss. Top of round 4 is Abner.
I'm getting out of here. 5-foot step here. We're gonna go back to back with Miyabe. It's gonna be epic.
I can see it in my head.
I don't know if I really want to do this, but I'm going to.
Fireball.
I'm gonna throw a magic missile at him,
Oh.
and it didn't calculate the damage, but okay.
Okay.
What is that? A 1d4 plus 1?
1d4 plus 1 point of damage.
I do declare that is a 1d4 plus 1.
D4 plus 1. Have at thee.
2!
Minimum damage for a 2.
All
You could-
right.
you couldn't
He's
miss.
still up.
Yeah, of course he is. I'm barely
All
hit.
right. Their turn. Rinse and repeat. A blue will go onto your square, and one of these has got to be a hit. I mean, come on.
Come
So this will
Come
be a
Statistically.
12.
That is just my AC.
Oh,
Yeah!
Yep.
Yeah, 12. I have more AC than you? How's that?
I don't wear armor.
At all?
You can't.
He's a
He
wizard.
cannot. He
I'm
is
a
a
wizard.
wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he could wear armor, but
The arcade
I get a
soldier.
mid-cast chance.
You need to get
So-
a Mithril Buckler ASAP.
That will do 1 point of damage. And I need you to make a fortitude save.
Okay.
Question: do they just deal 1 damage, or is it a die roll that?
It's a die roll. All right. You feel okay for now.
Be honest, you're disappointed, aren't you?
I'm a little disappointed.
I knew it.
Red will still go after Miyabe. And... Ooh! 17?
Yep.
Yeah! Alright, now we're cooking. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. And I'm gonna need you to roll a fortitude save as well. Alright, 2 damage against you. Max damage.
1d2.
Nope. 1d3 minus 1.
Yeah.
You feel alright as well. Unfortunately. Next up is Krimit. So Krimit, you are currently prone, and your beast of a friend is right in front of you, like trying to hit this tiny creature, but missing.
How did you fall prone again? Flavor, or did something happen?
Nice. Stepped on the wood. And you say my little toes got caught and I tripped.
My little toes.
My little toes.
My little toes.
I will shoot from prone.
Oh.
So I will shoot the one on Abner.
Oh, you're too good to me.
I got you, buddy. Let's see.
Hold still. It's against
That's going to miss.
And then I will move action, stand up from prone. So I shoot and miss again. Oh, fiddlesticks! And I stand up.
Okay. All right.
This has been quite the
So you will stand up. Next up is Alüna.
Same thing. Roll to
Okay.
aid another. I think I can just hit this. There it goes.
You hit him.
You damaged
With that roll, you should have just attacked me.
Why did I just attack? Both of my hit. I have a -1, and I got a 17 and a natural 20. Like, what am I doing?
No,
Did
you gotta
I don't know.
I'm actually a melee character? I'm confused.
I mean, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it wouldn't work that way, since your first 2 rolls with this character were both natural ones.
Yeah, I would be forgiven, yeah. And I have a -1 and a +0 on all of my range stats. So, oh boy, I was not expecting
All right.
that.
So you do aid another, and it comes to Miyabe, who is inching his way back to Abner.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll back up once more and he will say, "These things are so small, it is difficult to hit them." And he'll miss.
No,
Dumbledore says
no,
calmly.
it's a 15 to hit.
No, it's not, because I included the aid another and flanking as bonuses in the attack.
Oh no, I see a 6.
+8. It's a +8 to hit. I just rolled a 5.
Because it's a 4 normally.
Oof. Oof.
Nice.
Big oof.
Yep, I did not max out my strength like you would normally.
Yeah.
I only gave myself a 16.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting.
My con is pretty high though.
So we've been playing it up that you're this massive human being, but you're really not that great.
Well, no, my con is really high for a first level character.
Very high.
Yeah.
If I remember.
All
I've
right.
got a good physique.
He's well built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
All right,
translate to
Abner.
actual
It
strength.
is your turn, my friend.
I just got to know what my damage would have been. This doesn't mean anything. Oh my gosh.
So-
On max. On max.
I have one hand free. Would it provoke for me to pull out my dagger?
I think drawing a weapon in
Drawing a weapon does not provoke.
provoke.
Sheathing a weapon does.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So drawing, you'd be fine.
Okay,
I mean,
then
if
I'll
you had
take
to,
a.
you could just 5-foot step off, then draw it.
And I assume I would take a. Do I take the negative penalty for two-hand fighting if I was to attack with my dagger while still holding my?
No.
No, you only take the penalty if you make multiple attacks.
Ah, if I tried to bludgeon her with the firearm as well.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna swing with my dagger.
So that's gonna miss.
A 10. Also a 1 on the damage.
And a 1 damage.
And yeah.
First level characters are great.
This is
All right. This has been great. I love this.
Just rolling up with the heroes of Feindar on this encounter, though. Turn 1, not everyone would have gotten to go.
Okay, let's just say that Visions of Feindar, if we only had those missing 3 episodes, because we had our moments. We definitely had our moments. I remember Nyari going down twice, I think,
Twice.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the church.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Actually, Elwood almost died in the church. Even before the final confrontation. He almost died in second session.
wow.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. I don't have the visual.
So-
Theros almost died in the alchemy shop. It was a rough.
Theros
Yeah.
rough
should
first
have
round.
died in the
Their
alchemy
first
shop,
first
actually.
session.
I remember there
Yeah.
was a mistake in the rules that saved his life, technically.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, it was
So-
because he had rolled something and he should have not been able to do it, basically. So he might not have died, but he did. He killed it with a crit that he shouldn't have been able to crit with.
So anyway, blue guy is going to attack Abner. Big money 4. That's not going to hit.
Sure, this is
Red
great
guy.
listening, right?
I'm sure this is riveting. I am really doing my
Let's
best.
play it up a little bit. Let's just try to get into character. Like, what's going on in their heads? You know, let's play it up.
Yeah, so, I
Says
mean,
the guy, how did you fall down? Flavor.
this is basically
My
like.
toad.
I imagine for Miyabe, this is just a nuisance because it's a tiny little like foot creature that's just like dancing around. That
Why don't
He
you just
just-
grapple it?
I was gonna say, I feel like he would reach down and just like squeeze it to death.
pick
Like,
it up.
That is something
Or
you can
it's
do.
so easy.
You can grapple
uh,
it. It's a very hard check.
all right. I'm not gonna lie. It went from a 17 to a 3, so that's not gonna hit.
Probably not.
Next up is Krimit.
Yeah, so I will move back. Cause you can't 5-foot step out of difficult terrain, right?
Correct.
Right.
Right.
So I'll just, I'll just move over there, I guess. So I'll just move 10 feet, and then move action, reload.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get him this next time. I swear.
Next up is Alüna.
I mean, at this point,
you gotta attack. I mean, obviously.
right?
And obviously, this is the time that you'll not roll high.
Right? Like,
That's
think-
just how it's gonna work.
I think that this is just. It's not even. I can't even role play at this point. It's just. Well, that's what you have to do. You know?
You are technically flanking.
I am technically flanking, so I'll get a +2 on this. I don't have a buff in for this character yet for flanking. I'll work on that later. So add 2 to this result.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yep. Perfect. Which is.
There we go.
Yeah. To be expected.
Nailed it.
That's a 3 for anyone listening. That's a 3 for.
Does a 5 hit?
You know, and you know what's really funny too is I had actually what I wanted to do was cast guidance this time because I'm like my luck's run out, but I just couldn't. You can't. You know, when a situation like that comes up, you got to attack.
Well, Miyabe, maybe this round will be the round that you can hit it.
Indeed. I don't think I can flank with it anymore, though. Because I don't think I'll
believe
technically
so.
be flanking in any of these positions, so I'll just move straight up.
Well, couldn't you turn around and hit the one on Abner to flank?
But he's not
I
technically flanking it there.
I don't know how that works. I'm just going to move back and hit the one that...
Yeah.
This one's been harassing him, so he's going to focus on this one.
You'll swing at it.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Another 4.
An 8.
So that's
Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm glad that the curse has hit Jason as a player because I have suffered as Nyari. So
So my rolls have been 4, 5, 3, 7, 9, and then my first attack was a 13, but it hasn't been any.
now we know that Jason fudges his dice when he's a GM.
Yeah. Really.
Checks out.
No, I don't. I just have a
Listen,
really good
listen.
die.
Three criticals against Orin in one combat. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. No, I don't either. All right. Next up is Abner.
I declare these are some tenacious little lizards. Let us see if we can dispatch them thusly.
Busty. Good thing I didn't play. Yeah, we'd be in trouble right now.
Right? Alrighty. Have at thee!
That might do it.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
One.
For 1
So
point of
1
damage.
point of damage
It's still up!
to. Is that blue?
Yeah, blue.
All right.
I'm just pecking away at this thing.
Pecking away.
Okay. Next up, it is their turn. So, sorry, listeners, but this is going to be the same old, same old.
Yeah, nothing
Blue is
ever
going to
exciting.
attack Abner. So this is going to be a 9.
Wouldn't
That's
that provoke? Or did it 5 foot step? I'm guessing.
5 foot stepped
5 foot
into
steps.
Miyabe's square. So Abner it missed with a 9, and Miyabe
actually-
it will miss with a 13.
Can tiny creatures 5 foot step?
I'm looking it up because I almost want to say no.
Actually, I think they can't. Actually, no,
'Cause
I
I
think
think-
I remember looking this up. So
'Cause didn't that not work for you?
A tiny or smaller creature entering a species provokes an attack of opportunity. Even with a 5 foot step, a tiny or smaller creature entering a creature's space provokes an attack of opportunity.
So
okay,
all,
makes sense.
all three of
so
you get
all of those
attacked then.
times we
So I get like 7 retroactive attacks, right?
There it is.
Hit it,
Yeah!
Let's end this. Let's end
There we go. All right, so red one is dead.
it. Yeah, there we
So,
go. That's
Brandon
the-
didn't think, not Krimit this time.
Yep.
I'll move my guy off red so you can get to that token.
Okay.
Thank
So
you,
he's
Rule
X.
Slayer.
Yep.
Alrighty. And now it is Krimit's turn.
Get him.
Kill him.
I'm gonna try this time. So he shuts his one blue eye. So he's just looking through his red eye. See what I did there?
Oh, the red
And then I shoot Abner, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Ooh, and that is a misfire.
Would have been good damage.
No,
Oh
it's
yeah.
not. Is it
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
for
3 on
me.
the die.
So my gun clocks. Oh, dang nabbit.
It's really fitting though. Like you have to say, it's really fitting story wise.
Oh yeah. This is his second combat. He's had this gun this whole time. Never been in a scrap.
He shot it before. He's just not in this kind of situation.
I love it.
All right. Next up is Alüna.
You can do it, Miyabe. And she will cast guidance on him, so he'll get a +1, and then she will move over to there to set up flanking.
Alrighty. And now it's Miyabe's turn.
You said guidance.
Guidance, so a +1 on your next attack roll should you choose
Is that a
to exercise.
morale bonus? Okay.
It's a +1.
I'll just say +1 to attack.
I think it's competence bonus.
It stacks with
Oh.
flanking, I know that much.
Yeah. So I'll throw on flanking, throw on guidance. He will respond. He will be like, "Thank you. I will try my best." And he'll try to hit it again.
It is.
Oh, that's time.
Okay,
That is
now
the
we're
best.
cooking.
Now we're talking. That's
Oh,
the best.
That's what we're looking for.
That's what we're
There's a
looking- that's
25. Does a 25 hit?
Yeah, 25. Catch you, Sarah.
That strikes so
I do
true that
declare
you
that
crushed
that's-
Abner.
That guy is dead.
And you also hit Abner.
12 points of bludgeoning. Awesome. So I guess all it took
Yeah,
was
right.
to actually play the character
Right.
the way that makes sense. Amazing.
Yep. All right. So
+1
oops,
competence
that's
to
not what I
attack.
wanted.
This competence.
1,000 XP apiece.
No.
1 million
No.
XP.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a whole cheat sheet here, so if you just give me the CRs, I can figure it out.
Yeah. Hold on. My volume is really loud. Hold on.
CR3.
I doubt it. My guess,
Half.
CR1.
Okay.
I want to say
So-
CR1 third, but it could be 1/4. But I'm going to say
So
CR1
actually, there was a trap at the gate that you all successfully navigated. There was only a 25% chance that it would hit you, and all of you guys made it through okay. So for surviving the trap, you guys each get, or you don't each, you get a total of 400 XP.
What trap?
It's a trap! It's a trap!
There's a
There's
trap.
a trap.
Admiral
There's a trap
Akbar would
here.
be so ashamed of us. Well,
Yeah.
happy that we passed, but sad that we didn't catch it.
You secretly
Um,
rolled 20% miss chance, not miss chance.
And then
percentiles.
for the 3 creatures which you did not identify,
Correct.
600 total XP. They were 200 XP each.
So they were CR1 half.
Divide that by 1/4 for me, Jace.
It's 150 each. No. All of us get 150, not per them. a CR 1/2 gives 50 experience for a group of 4. So
So we should be at 7.
3 of them, we each get 50 each. So
Okay.
So we're at
Are we out of
700.
initiative?
Yes, we're out of initiative for the time.
So Krimit kind of just like sits down on his butt, looks kind of sad. Oh man. He starts fiddling with his gun, so he spends his full round action just repairing his gun, putting a component back onto it. I'll put the range increment one back on. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I did very well.
No, what did I tell you? You did well, little one.
Krimit, you did fantastic. You could not have hoped for a better performance on only your second ever scuffle.
Abner, I'm going to want you to roll a bluff check for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna aid Abner a little bit though, because she'll say, the man Abner tells the truth though, and I'll go ahead and roll. I guess it's a bluff. I guess technically.
Yeah,
so
it's bluff to aid.
I can roll bluff.
Yeah, so 15, huh?
Mm-hmm.
15 against
Oh.
your-
Wow.
Yeah, but
I think
she's
you
not
guys were just-
bluffing though. She's being genuine.
Well, so is Abner.
So then you would
He
like
ain't
that.
that time.
So I guess it's like I understand that you're being nice, but I kind of feel like it's overselling it a bit.
Right.
Right.
More accurately, you get a bad read.
Well, I appreciate the words, but I gotta feel like I still sucked a bit. I'll do better though if you let me keep tagging along. Plus, I don't want to go back by myself. It was a long way.
Well, I'm sure there will be many encounters in the near future, and I'm sure your performance will only improve as you gain more experience in combat.
Immediately, though, she's over it as she's looking at the entrances and exits and that pool of water. Any other immediate threats that she notices? I'll go ahead and roll your perception. I know you didn't ask for a roll, but I like to do it because I have a 10.
Okay, so with a sorry, cats. With a 10 perception,
13.
looking around, you don't. Oh, sorry, 13 perception. You don't see anything that is a threat at this time. It's pretty quiet through the courtyard. So you can see that there are the bodies of these.
No, you're good.
What?
I'm just gonna jump in when you're done.
Okay, I was just going to say you see the bodies of these 3 little lizard-like creatures, and then there's 2 of these bodies that they were feasting upon. And then this is just a well, so it's not like a body of water, it's a well. And there is a door here, a door here, a door here, and then let me open this up. Because technically you would be able to see in there.
So you would see that Miyabe is eyeing Abner and Krimit very suspiciously, because this is the first time that he's seen them fire their weapons, and he saw, well, I don't know, maybe he didn't see Abner cast a spell. Maybe that was behind his back and he didn't notice it. But he kind of looks at them suspiciously and he's like, "What kind of magic are you casting?" He doesn't understand what the weapons are. He thinks it's magic.
I guess Krimit looks a little
He
confused.
did cast a magic missile too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not sure if Miyabe saw it or not because he was trying to hit that tiny creature.
What do you mean, magic?
Your weapon in your hand. What kind of magic is that? I have not seen it before. It makes loud noise and...
Oh, that is the magic of technology, good sir. There's not really magic with it. It just uses alchemical components to combust a little piece of metal out to strike a target. Well, that's usually the case. I did not spectacularly demonstrate that to the fullest extent just yet, but you just keep watching me. I'll do it.
Alüna will make a big show of casting detect magic. She's not being subtle about any of the verbal or somatic components that she uses to do so. and cast it to look at the both of them. Is there any residual magic on their persons?
I literally have not one single magical item.
I don't think you do either.
If you have a potion of Cure Light Wounds.
I have one small piece of magical item. Does the haversack bag count as magic?
Yes.
Ooh, do we not tell him that?
We'll deal with that in a moment. But the gun itself is not magical, correct?
Not my gun. Nope, it's just a piece of machinery. Now, I can't speak for Spellslinger over here.
No, mine's not magical as of yet.
Yeah. Abe, he is telling you the truth. There is no magic there. I would see it. Now come here. You are wounded.
And she'll start like treating his wounds, not with any magical means, just some first aid and wrapping his bandages as he's talking to him.
You see, as soon as she kind of like does her thing and gives the go ahead, like he lowers his guard a little bit and he's like, okay, if that is the case, then I will trust you. I do not know what any of the things that you said mean, but if the shaman says it is safe, then I will believe so.
Do you have something against this kind of weapon?
No, I just do not like the unnatural things that are done with magic.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean, unnatural? The arcane is certainly not unnatural.
It is not power that comes from the spirits. It cannot be trusted.
Well, are we gonna have an issue?
say-
I practice the arcane myself.
I'm not good at confrontation, guys. And Krimit kind of like backs up, hands up.
Alüna shoots some daggers with her eyes at Abner, as if like we'll deal with it later. Like, no, don't press this right now, kind of thing.
Is it the mom look? It's the mom look, isn't it?
It's the mom look. Like, no.
Dude, that is worse than
To
daggers.
say I don't have any issues with you, and you certainly won't have any issues with my arcane abilities. I would never think of using my arcane arts against you or any one of my allies.
Alüna will take a deep breath, and then she'll look to Abe, and she says,
There will be other spellcasters, and they do not all get their power from the spirits. But for now, let us trust the man Abner, okay?
Miyabe
Krimit kind of
will,
reaches his hand too.
Miyabe will hesitantly nod and he'll say, okay, if you say so.
If you ever want to discuss it with me, I'm more than happy to talk to you, but only on your terms. I understand not everyone is familiar with the arcane arts, and many are distrustful, but know that you have no threat from me.
Alüna kind of like taps his chest, not Abner's, Miyabe's, and says,
You keep me safe, and I will keep you safe, okay?
Yes.
and she goes to inspect the bodies and look around the rest of the place.
Miyabe will also turn.
I
Start
guess
heading
once the
Abner runs up and casts magic. Just to see what happens. Kidding.
pulls
Not
out his
doing
gun.
that.
Kills them both right there at the
Immediately
spot.
starts firing spells from behind.
You don't like spells, do you? Try this on for size. Against ritualistic magic that takes like an hour to complete. Drawing the art.
Just wait till you
Please,
see her image. That'll really give Miyabe a heart attack.
So casts the cantrip Arcane Mark on Miyabe and tells him that the demon will possess him in 2 minutes.
Oh man, okay. He would not take that well.
I feel like
If you
Miyabe
told
would
him
try
the
to kill
demon
me.
was gonna possess him,
Yeah.
oh man, he wouldn't
I
like
know.
that.
Wouldn't that be so good? Because Arcane Mark would be such a good thing to. It's a cantrip. But your character would fall for it for sure.
Oh, he would knock you right out.
Level 1 PvP.
PvP.
So Krimit walks up to this. I've never seen these types of dinosaurs before. I'm assuming they get bigger. I don't think that these guys could have smashed that gate down.
I'll take a knowledge on these guys, Sarah.
I assume dinosaurs would be nature.
Yeah, nature.
Oh, shoot. I have the build planned out in my head. I forgot. I don't have intelligence or ranks in knowledge nature yet, so unless it's a 10, I can't do it. So, I actually can't roll.
Technically, the DC would be 10 if they're CR 1/2.
Yeah, technically.
Yep.
So I can roll it.
You can
I've
try.
never heard of them. Never heard
Yep.
of them before.
No, you've never seen. I mean,
No. See,
I don't know. You probably haven't seen these tiny dinosaurs.
No, I don't.
I hope I don't have to roll any dice because my cat's butt is in my
Until
dice tray.
Very,
So.
very, very
that's cool.
recently, within the last year, Alüna has never left the plains, and I don't think Miave has either. Yeah.
No.
So this is
Do you?
That is a
Nice.
excellent observation. Certainly, these 3 tiny lizards did not cause this much mayhem.
We can only hope that there is a bigger one somewhere.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
I disagree.
that's exactly what I want to see.
Jace, can you go ahead and look up the DC for me for first aid and how long it'll take?
Sure.
Hey, Alüna, do you think that big strong Miyabi could have smashed this gate?
Miyabe could do it. Sure.
Maybe it wasn't a dinosaur. Maybe it was just another strong man, like 8 feet tall, with teeth, and a tail, like a dinosaur.
Like a dinosaur.
She laughed.
Can I wanna...
Say, maybe
Is this a
it
door?
was a man like a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's a door.
And
Okay,
that's an actual
so all right,
dinosaur.
hold up. What? So let's start with Alüna. So Alüna, are you inspecting the bodies? You said.
She's gonna take a body. I'll take a 20 on it, so it gives me a 30 perception. She's gonna check the bodies in this lower half of the room, like up to like not that.
Okay, so all right. So you can see. Actually, I'm gonna have you do a heal check. Do you have heal?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a heal check.
And then after that, I would like to actually roll a first aid on the other. That's a heal to inspect the bodies.
Okay, so you guys can see that, or you can see for that, that these bodies were pierced with spears. Do any of you have knowledge local?
Yeah, I do. I actually have
Okay, so roll a knowledge local.
Nice.
You,
You can't roll
tell.
if you don't have a. You can't roll if you don't have a rank in it, right? But you.
only
It's classic.
Yeah, Sarah will let you know. It has to be less than 80.
Yeah. So, you're not sure. You can see that there's spears, but you can't find any significance about them. And with that heal check, you can tell they've been stabbed, but that's about it. You do notice on this body that there is a holy symbol. Do you have knowledge religion?
Not ranks.
Okay, alright, so you just noticed that there's a holy symbol on this body. Alright, Krimit, what are you doing?
I was looking at the bodies, and I guess I realized that they were spears. So
Do you have heal? Could you roll a heal check?
I don't.
Can you take 20 and heal?
I don't have a rank in it, but I have a 3 modifier from my wisdom.
No.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
Well,
So I could roll a heal check then if you want.
Some of the heal checks.
It depends on what you're using heal for, because like first aid you can always just retry it. Long-term care depends.
I guess I'll just do a
I'm
heal
gonna
check.
say
Sorry.
no. I'm gonna say that you guys could take 20 and heal in this situation. So you both, as you're inspecting the bodies very closely, that is, if you want to take the time to really inspect them,
Yeah,
that's
that
up to
brings me
you.
Up to a 28, and assuming he aids, we can get all the way with 30 then.
Okay, so if you guys are, kind of studying these bodies together separately, you can tell that they've been gnawed by these dinosaur creatures, but it looks like these spears were stabbed into them after they died.
We can't tell how they died, though.
No. Mm-mm.
Looks like they're stabbed. Are their spears still in it, or you just see the puncture marks?
Yeah, the spears are still in them.
Oh. I don't think a dinosaur did this, but as my friend Abner would say, something was afoot.
You are right, little one. I do not have a good feeling about this.
She'll sigh. The spears, can she pull them out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, so it takes a little bit of effort, but you're able to pull them out. Abner, you are checking out this door.
Yeah, he just knocks on it and goes, Abner Calhoun here, looking to collect on a blacksmith debt from the local settlement. Anybody home?
After a deathly scrap, tax collector. The two things you can depend on. Here to collect a debt?
Yep. Here to collect debt. I've been trying to reach you about your
I mean-
car's extended warranty.
I mean,
Your carts.
let's be honest.
Your cart and carriage extended warranty.
There's no response. You don't hear anything.
Well, then I will try and show myself into this fort, and I'll
This is
try
the
and open
old
the
school
door.
Venerian spam calls.
I was just gonna say the two main tenets of Abadar are law and taxes. So
Just playing
Yeah.
how my guy would.
Yes.
There's only two things certain in life: law and taxes.
Abner and
Abner and
not diplomacy checks. Anyway.
So, Abner, you try this door, and it appears that it's locked.
Large man, would you mind assisting me with this door over here? It seems to be wedged.
you see, for a brief moment, it looks like there's an internal struggle with Miyabe as he doesn't necessarily trust Abner yet, but he's also being asked for help. So it's like he's unsure what to do for a brief moment, and then he eventually gives in and goes over to the door.
Oh, thank you, sir. You are a mighty fine gentleman. Your behavior since me meeting you has been absolutely stellar.
And so to force open this door, if I take time and like take 20, I could get a 23 to try to break the door down, but it would take a while. But if need be, if it takes that much, I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because a good wooden door is break DC 18, 15 hit points, hardness 5. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, you'd be able to over time wear down this door enough to bust it off its hinges, basically. This is a well. So you can tell that a sturdy stone well sits before the northernmost wall of the fort. An empty bucket hangs from a pulley over the dark shaft. A well-used dagger is embedded in the waterlogged bucket. If you were to look down, you can see that it descends 30 feet, and it is large enough that you could climb down. You can see something in the bottom, but you can't tell what it is. Alright, so Miyabe's busting down this door. So you... Okay. I don't know why you suddenly got really quiet for me.
Yeah, he got quieter.
That's alright, I'll just turn you up in Discord. Then you're gonna get super loud.
Hello.
Okay, now you're back.
Yep. Can you hear me well?
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, you're better.
I can hear you.
Okay. So you send dancing lights down to the bottom, and you can see, it looks like there are some cracked vials at the bottom, and you can also see that there's a weapon of some sort.
A magical +3 Earthbreaker.
Yeah.
Would you use that?
As long as you didn't tell him it was magical.
immediately would be like, "Wow, what an awesome magical weapon!" And watch Miyabe just go,
Yeah, right.
What's wrong with masterwork?
So this door over here, so you're able to break the door down. And this room has a single door, wood and metal racks, their hinges slightly corroded from the tropical humidity, line the walls, each fitted with an assortment of arms and armor. So if you take some time looking around in here, you can see that this looks to be the armory. There are 5 short swords, 3 long swords, 4 light crossbows, 2 heavy crossbows, 60 bolts, 4 suits of leather armor, 2 suits of studded leather armor, 4 heavy wooden shields, and a masterwork breastplate. There is a crate in the corner that is packed with straw. If you take time to inspect it, you can see that there are an additional 4 short swords, 4 long swords, and 144 crossbow bolts, which looks to be around what the smithy said his shipment was.
Did you say masterwork buckler by any chance?
Breastplate.
Breastplate.
So
Close.
not a buckler.
So not a buckler.
You
but
put
you
it on
could
your
take a heavy wooden shield. There's 4 of them. You could have 1 in each arm.
So there's 4 of them. I'm not a Kasatha. I don't have 4 arms.
No, you could just take 2. You and Miyabe could be like in Dark Souls when they have the tower
double
shield
shields,
build.
Yeah.
You just
Literally the worst PvP thing to ever come across.
like on a bridge. You just have 2 guys on either side of the bridge.
So a breastplate, that's a medium armor, right?
Correct.
I'm tempted towards that. The flavor just doesn't fit at all, but the numbers all make sense.
You can wear medium armor? Oh, cool.
I think so. Let me double check.
I think
No, I mean,
so too.
you're probably fine. I can wear medium armor, but I don't because I lose out on my fast movement.
Well, I'm already at 20. I have hide on now, which is a medium armor.
Yeah. It'd definitely be an upgrade for you.
It would be, but breastplate is such a...
It weighs more.
Yeah, I can't do it right now. But we'll hold
Okay.
on to it.
Krimit,
Abe
you
will-
are...
Okay.
Oh, sorry. What were you going
I
to
was
do
just
in
going to
there?
say, Abe will look around and then he'll walk back out and he'll turn to Abner and say, "It is a sort of armory. I believe the blacksmith, his shipment is there."
Fantastic. I'm sure he'll be happy to recover his goods. I don't believe we're going to be recovering his money from this particular venture. So I suppose we can take back his work.
Yes, I hope he will be happy. And then he walks away.
Thank you kindly. I don't think
All
me and
right.
that guy are ever going to get along.
Krimit, you are standing at this door. And I'm not on the pointer tool. So you're standing at this door, and you go to try to open it, and it appears that it's wedged from the other side.
I wasn't
you
going to
might...
open it yet.
Oh, okay.
I was going to knock on it.
Apologies. Okay, so you knock on it.
So I knock on it, and I'm not really sure exactly what to say, but Abner knocked on the last one, so I just kind of knock and go, yes, this is the sheriff here, and my name is Krimit. Please open.
You don't hear anything from the other side.
Guys, I need some help. Either they're being overly quiet, or something's going to jump out and scare me.
Boo!
Abe will come over to this door instead.
I move out of the way.
Help! You just play Jason's character.
Yeah.
Hey, I need help over here.
I need help!
Help over here now.
Miyabe, there's a cool weapon at the bottom of the well. Can you jump down the well and get it?
Well, I really wish my class. I can't wait to be level 2 because I get a lot more utility stuff that I can do at level 2. The class guy comes online.
Abby, it would be very helpful if you got that down from the well for me.
He'll try to break the door down again.
Okay, so this one, you can try to break it, or if you take 20, you are able to, like, kind of shove it and,
Yep.
you know, move whatever is on the other side. Unfortunately, Krimit, with his -2 strength, even taking 20, would not have succeeded, but you are able to...
Pick up that small guy.
Would have been funny to watch.
It would be funny to watch. So you are able to move the debris from the other side. The eastern door of this wooden chamber is caved in, collapsing a makeshift barricade of haphazardly stacked shelves and crates. 3 headless human bodies are impaled on the cabinets by crude spears. Flies buzz around the corpses, constantly landing on the crimson morass of gore where the heads were removed. So you would see... I'll do this in 2 fell swoops.
I love how Krimit seems to just succeed at everything he shouldn't be able to do.
You literally
so
just
in
told me
this-
earlier I could do what I put my mind to.
That's different. This is Josh. Your
We were
character-
lying. We established that.
Yeah, your character sheet is something else, though.
Thank you.
Looking around in this room, you can see that in one corner there's a chest of construction supplies. Nails, rope, pulley, hammers, saws, chains, all of excellent quality. It's pretty heavy, but you think it may be worth some things, especially in a town that's starting to try to build up. You go to this door.
Could I appraise the value of it?
Certainly, roll me an appraise.
Here's where he shines.
7,000 gold.
Show me your venture capitalist.
Wow, rolled a 5. Have a plus
Yeah.
7.
You could take 20 to get a
Unfortunately-
27.
Mahogany.
Oh.
That's true. If you take
Yeah.
a 20, I always forget you can do that. So if you take a 20 and look at it, you think that
Yeah.
it might be worth around 150 gold.
Very
Wow.
nice. Very nice.
So Miyabe is inspecting this. Do you try the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you open up the door here, and inside you see a trio of beds rest against the southern wall of the room, one concealing a lumpy, blood-stained mass within its blankets. A sturdy trunk lies against the northern wall, while an open cabinet stands to the east. A ladder in the northwestern corner leads to the floor above, while a shoddy door exits to the northeast. Drops of blood mark a trail from the ladder to the beds, and 3 more spears lie on the floor. So...
This looks like some sort of bedroom.
I'll
I
just
think
undo
one
that.
more of the people here was caught in their sleep.
It's like a
in-
xenomorph on the bed.
In this room, I need anyone who wants to roll me a heal check.
Roll or
Hey.
take 20 again.
I'd be aiding.
Yeah, you could take 20.
So I'll take that aid. We get a 30. There's just the 2 of us. If there's anyone else, they can do whatever they want.
You can see that the bodies are heavily decayed, which makes the cause of death difficult to determine. But your heal check reveals again that the spear thrust occurred after death. And then if you guys are taking 20 in this room, you can see in one corner there is a scaly green hand.
Ooh.
Miyabe will pick up the hand and then look back to the others and he will say, I do not understand. What kind of hunter leaves their weapons behind? Referencing how all the spears are being left behind in the bodies.
Can I roll a knowledge rituals? Or local, maybe? Knowledge local. Are there any shamanistic practices or anything like that that would involve this kind of barrage? Or is it just unrelated that weapons happen to be left behind?
It seems unrelated. You're not sure. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it.
I do not know, Miyabe. This is a strange thing here.
And, keep looking around.
In this room, if you take 20 on the corpse here, it shows that there's fewer signs of violence except for the missing head. If you take 20 in a heal check, you can tell that the head was removed after death, and the remaining body shows signs of frostbite, which is unusual in this climate.
Abner checks out the sturdy trunk.
That's some sort of sorcery there. Oops.
Okay.
Sorry, Miyabi.
Miyabi backs away from the body.
Yeah, so if you look in the trunk, you find that there are some clothes, but there's nothing of value inside the trunk.
Did you say there was a ladder in this room leading upwards?
Yeah, yep, so there's a ladder here that leads up to what you would assume to be the floor above. Do you go up the ladder?
Do we go up from here? Or did you want to check the other door in the courtyard?
Alüna will say we should check the rest. If anyone notices her, she seems a little bit agitated for the first time. Normally she seems to have a level head, but she seems irate for some reason. But she suggests we check the whole floor before we go.
Miyabi barrels through
I was
the
gonna say-
walls and goes straight through.
Abner go, Miyabi, maybe you could offer a hand opening this door as well. Get it? Because he was holding a hand.
So as you guys are coming back out into the courtyard and you're standing around this door, all of a sudden, well, let's see.
A triceratops bursts through the door. But it's only 1.5 foot tall.
So I'm gonna roll a d4. Okay, Alüna, does a 16 hit your AC?
Flat-footed, right?
Yes.
And I don't get a perception to notice this or anything.
Nope.
Oh boy.
You probably perceive it once I
I
hit you.
think yes. Yeah, it does.
Okay, so an arrow flies out of nowhere and does 1 point of damage as you hear a voice ring out, and only Krimit is able to understand what this voice says. And Krimit, I will whisper to you what this voice says, and then we will pick it up next week.
Doesn't matter, whoever just shot Aluna's dead.
Yeah, I know. That was a mistake.
Shouldn't have done that.
Only Krimit understands. Is it another one of the frog people?
I prefer Gripply.
Ripley?
Racist.
I couldn't remember the name.
So that's
It's not my character sheet. I
Let's
wear
pick
with
it up
pride.
next week time.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you everyone who played today. Thank you everyone who tuned into the stream. I'm glad that you watched or listened or whatever. Do check us out on iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere else you find podcasts. We are signing off.
Thanks, everybody.